What's going on, everybody? Today's episode of the podcast is brought to you by, of course, G Fuel Energy. Right now, at the time of this recording, there is a BOGO going on. If you buy one tub of G Fuel, you get another one for free. And for anything else other than tubs, use code DannyD to save yourself 10% off. Today's guest is somebody that kind of just popped up on my radar. He's been making waves on TikTok, and he's known for spreading those Italian vibes. Please welcome Tony Colladutti. Boom, we're going. So Tony Colladutti, what's going on with life, man? How
Danny
you doing?
Dorito. I'm doing all right, man. Just trying to figure out the whole streaming content creating thing. I'm new to it, and going into it, I had no experience and no background. I didn't know the history of it or people who do it. So I'm kind of learning on the fly, and it's been a fun couple of months so far.
Yeah, man. That's you kind of just popped up on my TikTok out of nowhere. So must be doing something right. So it just kind of
Yeah,
popped up overnight.
I exactly. I mean, I started. I think January 25th was my first TikTok. I just remember that because I was like, okay, what's like my basis where I start at, and I post it consistently because you read about and you ask people what to do. How do I blow up on TikTok? How do I get people to watch my TikToks? Because at the point for like the first 2 weeks, I had 200 followers, and I woke up one morning I had 1,100 followers, and then from there, it blossoms. And once you get the ability to go live, and then you get people to your streams, and it kind of snowballs like that. But man, it's been a crazy couple of months, and the fact that people are just enjoying what I do, I mean, it's really cool.
Yeah, I think it's different, man. I mean, you see the personalities and stuff, but I definitely dig like the. I don't think I've seen another like Italian like I go into your streams, you get the Italian music going and all that stuff. Like it's a vibe, man. I like it.
It is. A lot of people like it too, and it's funny because it's that's the thing too. That's also why I wanted to be different from everyone else, because everyone, you watch people, especially playing Call of Duty and stuff like that. You watch people and they're so good at the games, right? People are going and watching just so they can see the gameplay. I'm not a great video games player by any means necessary.
Yeah,
So for
me
me,
either.
I want people to come to my stream and hang out and have a good time. Like, and that's what it's been so far. And the people in my community have been great about it too. Like they know, if I die in the game, like, oh, Tony, he's hacking, or you internet lagged or something like that. So they got my back in terms of that. But it's such a cool thing to get into, and just the response has been awesome for people to be in the stream. And that's the first thing I say. They love the vibes, and that's what it is. It's like at the end of a long day, I want people to come into the stream, be able to hang out with other people in the community, ask me questions, talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. So it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean that's the most important part. Make sure you're having fun. You're not forcing yourself to play a game because you don't want it. That's the other thing I was gonna say is I see you play different games too, so that's good. So I see people get
I'm
kind of
trying.
stuck.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I think I really nailed myself into a little hole with my last name, but I think I'll
Yeah,
still be able to climb out of that a bit. I mean, I just
I think
got
it'll be fine.
a PC a few weeks ago, which now is under construction due to a fried SSD, but that's neither here nor there. So I'm expanding my games. I mean, there's only so much of I could take playing Warzone and all that stuff.
Yeah,
So Phasmophobia has been a good escape for me, just to hang out and not be too stressed out by it, because Phasmophobia is a fun one. I'm looking into other games too, and I'm also trying to upgrade my PC to make sure I can handle those other games as
yeah,
well. But yeah, starting from Warzone and going out to different stuff has definitely been big for me, and also for my mindset too, man. Because I noticed
hmm
you play a lot of different games, and you're not known as one particular streamer of a video game, which is something I think I want to be at some point, where they
hmm
can come to my stream and be like, "Oh, Tony, why are you playing Call of Duty? It's your last name." I'm
yeah,
like, I know it's my last name, but at the same time, I want to be able to play what I want to play.
yeah. I actually I didn't see it when it happened, but I proposed to my wife on like the day before Valentine's Day, and I didn't see it till my mom had sent it, but I guess she had Googled my name, Danny Dorito 23, and this article came up that I didn't see, but somebody did an article on that when that happened, and they labeled me as a variety streamer. So I was like, okay, cool. Like that to me, that
Good,
I'm proud of that because that means they consider me a variety streamer. So that's the goal. Because
for sure.
when I first
Yeah,
got serious, I was playing a lot of Warzone, so I started to stray away from it because of that.
yeah, and that's the thing too, because I'm sure you had some viewers too, who are like, why aren't you playing? Why aren't you playing Warzone? Play Warzone. Play Warzone. I've seen you chat. Your
It
chat's
happened for a
going
while.
nuts. So like, Yeah, and for you, I'm sure at one point you're like, okay, well, I have all these people that are gonna watch my stream regardless. If this one guy comes in yelling at me to play one game, like I don't really care what he thinks. And I remember when I think like my second or third week of streaming, it was my birthday. It was probably like 2 days before you actually proposed. So my birthday's on February 11th. So
Oh, okay.
uh, I said, you know what we're gonna do, Chad? We're gonna play a game of Jackbox, right? So we had like Tony's birthday party. We played Jackbox on stream. It was a lot of fun. Someone subscribed to me that night, and then the next day, back in my stream, they're like, "Why aren't you playing Jackbox?" I said, "Well, it was
Oh.
only my birth. It was my birthday." And like, okay, well, I'm gonna unsubscribe then. I said, okay,
Oh.
fine. Like, first of all, you telling me that you're gonna unsubscribe, like that's a major flex. Like, I wouldn't probably have noticed it if you
Yeah.
actually unsubscribed because I don't really look at the numbers that much. But to tell me that you're unsubscribing because
Yeah,
I'm not
it's
playing a party game all night, I mean, whatever. Then I don't really want the person there at the same
yeah,
time. You know
that's
what I mean?
I was gonna say, yeah, if somebody said that to me, I don't want you here anyways then, man. If you're gonna be like that, you know. Like obviously
Yeah,
they're not there for your personality, they're there because you play something that they like.
yeah,
And
and,
I mean,
and
I don't know anybody else who plays Jackbox, so
I mean, more power to him, man, because that game
yeah.
gets out of hand, especially if you
I've
play with
never
people you
played
don't really
it.
trust.
Like
It's
I
fun.
played it
It's just
before, but not on stream, you
yeah. I
know.
wanted to do it once just to try it out, and I mean, maybe special occasion I'll do it again, but there's just people in there who you have to make sure you trust everyone you're playing with. That's another big thing. And plus, I mean, when I first started too, because you get when you first start, you get really. You're looking at your view account, you're looking at your follow account, seeing if it's growing the way you want it to grow. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And there are people when I first started coming in, basically like causing bad vibes in the chat and stuff like that. And for me, it was
Yeah.
like, well, I want the viewership up, and I want them as followers. But at the same time, they're driving people away who might be hanging out for the first time. So there was a point I crossed where I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to get rid of these guys. I'm going to ban them. There's three of them. You know what? I'd rather have three less followers and have a great time in the chat and have everyone having fun than having more followers and only half of them having a good time. You know what I mean? And that was a big
Yeah.
thing for me to get over when I first started, because obviously when you're trying to grow, right? And you're trying to look at like, I want to reach this amount of followers, but I also want to have this much engagement. I want people to enjoy it this much as well.
Yeah.
So for me to get over that was a big thing.
Yeah, I mean, I still see it all the time. People are like, people be, they'll just say I'm unfollowing or something, and I'm just like, all right, man, sorry, peace. Can't really
Yeah.
fret about it.
Yeah. You can't. And I mean, I think as someone who entertains on stream like you do, I mean, you're obviously there to entertain everyone, right? You're
Yeah.
there because the reason you stream and create content is so people could like it. And I mean, you have to have some sort of a thick skin, right? To just to be
Oh
able
yeah.
to take those comments, and I see what you do on TikTok all the time. People will, write you some nasty comments or be, you know, you know, just be a complete jerk to you. But what you do is you turn it into something entertaining. So this
Yeah.
way, the people who are really on your side will double down and be like, "Hey, don't mess with Danny. We love Danny. You're new here. Learn the rules. Learn how Danny works, and
Yeah.
just sit back and shut up." You know?
Yeah. I there was one the other day. Some guy said that like I was not a veteran and called like stolen valor, and so I was dealing with that one. But he was being a creep, man. He was like going in all my TikTok videos and saying, "I'm gonna just stalk your profile until you either delete it or show proof." And so I called him out and I was like, dude, because he was like, you don't carry yourself like a veteran. This and I was like, what am I supposed to be doing? Like cleaning my guns on TikTok or something? Like, what's your problem, dude? And
Yeah.
I said, I told him to
Yeah.
stop
Should I
being a
wrap
hard
myself an
ass.
American flag all day?
Yeah. I told him to stop being a hard ass.
Yeah.
And so I think that pissed him off more. But he was like saying he knew my real name and that he couldn't find me in any systems. And I was like, well, I'm not going to show you my DD214 because I'm not going to dox myself, you know? Obviously,
Yeah.
my name's not really
Yeah.
Dorito. So,
Oh, it's not my. Oh
yeah.
man, I thought we were
I
both
didn't, I
naming
mean,
after brands.
yeah,
That's why I
yours.
did
Wait,
this.
yours isn't Call of Duty. That's not.
No, no, it is. It is. Um, yours isn't Dorito.
No, man, it's not 23 either. Yeah,
Oh man,
but
I thought like Elon Musk adopted you or something like that.
yeah, yeah. Elon Musk actually he adopted me when I got out of
Yeah,
the military, and I just changed my name. So
yeah. But yeah, that's a creepy thing for someone like, and that's
yeah,
another edge sword of the internet, man. Because it's
yeah,
you have almost you're on the road to 2 million followers on TikTok, and it's just when you really think about it, that's just so many people. You know, like I think about it this way: if everyone your followers gave you a dollar, you'd be living easy. That's the way I think about
That's
it.
a weird way to think about it, man.
It is a weird thing. I think about that when I'm like sporting events too. Like
Yeah,
there's like 60,000 people here. If like everyone gave me a dollar, like it'd be
you'd be a
cool.
millionaire. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, that whole thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's so
yeah,
weird, man.
yeah, but I mean, but also you're exposing, your life, and it's cool too because you're able to get, your wife and your kid involved in it. And I know a lot of people in that situation that you're in wouldn't really do that, but at the same time you do. So you know what? This is the real me. This is my family, and that's brave of you, man, to put that out there and put your kid in the world and you have your wife a part of it too. But and the way you handle all the negative stuff, I mean, it's inspiring for people who are sometimes, really thin skinned about negative comments and people not so much stalking them, but you're gonna have those people on the internet
Yeah.
doing those creepy things. But again, at the same time, like your community is so strong, and that's what everyone's trying to build as a content creator, just that strong community to make sure they're always there for you.
Yeah, I try so hard to just turn things into content because I feel like a big part of it is if you can show that you can like laugh at yourself or not take it so seriously. Like I feel like people just want to like troll less because it doesn't do anything. They're not going to get that negative attention that they want to get from you.
Ex-
So
exactly, man.
yeah,
Exactly, and that's the thing. Like that's the reason people comment, right? They want,
yeah,
negatively at least. That's like, hey, look at this guy, he's
yeah.
an idiot. And
It
like, what do
doesn't
you like? What do you? Yeah, what do you
doesn't
want out
matter
of it? Do you
what
want
you
everyone to
do.
comment, be like, "Oh man, you're right, LOL, I'm unfollowing this guy." Like, what do you want?
Yeah, like I mean, like I posted like a really good sniper shot. Well, at least I thought it was good, and there's people like, "You're not even that good," this and that, and like I'm like, "What do you expect from that? You want me to comment and be like, I am good. What are you talking about?" Like they're grasping at stuff
Exactly.
now, trying to. I mean, that's just gonna
Yeah,
happen more and more as you grow, for sure.
yeah, and
But
I don't like. That's why I don't post a lot of gameplay because I'm not good enough for really to show. I mean, I had like one cool sequence that I was like, okay, maybe people will like it, but other than that, like I don't know. I've never been really impressed by like gameplay. I mean, I see it in every single game because now the lobbies are just so good.
mhm.
And everyone's so good. I see. That's how I die in every game with trick shot. I know how it works. Like I've seen it before. I've seen it a million times, and that's just something like. And now I'm drawn to like the funny stuff, like people like dropping helicopters on people. That's cool. Like, but I don't know. Gameplay's never really done much for me in terms of my content, unless
Yeah.
I mess up in a way. Like if I drive
Well,
a car into the water or something like that.
yeah, I decided a long time ago that I wanted to stray away from gaming clips because I just the amount of time that you put in to make a clip look nice and stuff like that, I didn't want to be gambling with that much time, you know, because
Hmm.
gameplay clips either do, good or they don't. And I feel
Yeah.
like that one I was like, all right, that's a TikTok, you know what I mean? Because it was just it was different, I don't think I've seen anybody do where they like pull a gun out of a loadout and immediately just snipe somebody out of the sky. I thought it was cool. The chat thought it was cool. And I think my reaction really hyped them up. So like it showcased like how hyped I was about it, I think, more than anything.
Yeah.
So
It's kind of a
personality
good
is what you want
stream
to
highlight too.
showcase.
It's kind of exactly, and I think that as much as it's a gameplay highlight, it's a stream highlight,
Yeah.
and you're trying to drive people from TikTok, from Instagram and Twitter. You're trying to drive them to your stream ultimately. I mean, that's like kind of what you want to do, and so they can get somewhat of a small feel for your stream
Uh-huh.
in that 30 or 40 seconds. I mean, that's big stuff. And again, if it's just like a game, I see all the time on TikTok people putting gameplay clips with like none of their audio and none of their faces.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's cool, but you know what's going to do is someone's going to take it, put it on their own Instagram page or their own TikTok, and they're just
Yeah.
going to post it, and there's not going to be nothing of you there, and that's not helping you at all. You know?
Yeah. I tell people all the time, showcase you because anybody can post a gameplay clip, but nobody can post you. I mean, they can, but that's, impersonation and all kinds of stuff like that, but which has happened,
Yeah.
but nobody can be you. So showcase that because that's what makes you unique and should make people want to check you out, not, you hit these cool shots because I even noticed when I post like that clip, people will come over and be like, you're not even that good, you know? Like like it's just you're gonna if you post
Yeah,
gameplay all the
it's
time,
just
people
not
come over and
not
expect you
worth
to
it.
just be like a god, you know? But if that's the problem that
Yeah,
you run into
we
if you
can't
just
all be
post nothing but
Stony
that.
Stark playing gunfight. Yeah, we can't all be like. I mean, that guy is no like knows. Yeah, well, I love Stony, but like he's the type of guy who could post stuff and be like, "Wow, that's." He posted like a clip. He tagged me in we were playing the other night, and he posted a TikTok where he sniped like he cleared a whole team with like a loot sniper rifle.
Yeah.
And so I was reading the comments of it, and someone's like, "Wow, Stony, like you're not that great." Meanwhile, he wiped an entire team with a loot sniper rifle. He got off the
Yeah.
ground, and I'm like,
Every
"All right,
single
thank
loot
you for."
sniper rifle is like ass, dude. They're just not good.
Dude, I know it's awful, but like there's still people that'll comment and be all
Yeah.
negative and all that stuff. So it's like, you know, and getting back to what we're talking to before about, just you don't care what people have to say. You take in the positive comments, and if you're negative, they're usually not even following you anyway. So
Yeah.
why bother?
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
it
not
cracks
the
me up when
community you want to have.
people come into the Twitch chat and they'll be like, um, they'll talk some kind of crap and this, and I'll be like, dude, you've been following for like 30 seconds, you know, like,
But like, I love that when people they don't know that, like, you can see how if you're
yeah, they don't
following them
realize,
or
yeah,
like you could see how many messages they sent to you in Twitch before, and
yeah.
like and you could tell right away too when they come in like, yeah, you've never been here before.
Jordy
I was
2D does it all the time. Somebody will like come in and say something. He's like, bro, you've been following me for 5 minutes and you start saying this stuff. Like, come on, dude.
yeah,
Like, you haven't even watched the stream
Jordy's
long enough, you know?
Jordy's so funny with that stuff, man. He's a
Yeah,
guy
he's
where it's like,
ruthless.
yeah, and like the fact that he can do that, and I think people do it also like because they obviously they want the attention, and they want like, hey, Jordy, roast me, basically. It's what's going on. But I mean, it's really like the way he does that is really good. It's something to like look up to in a way, from like, especially if like someone like me. I don't have a ton of Twitch followers, or I'm not even at the close to what you guys have in terms of that. But like negative comments, turning him into content. That's basically what he's doing, because he's still playing the party. Hey, I don't really care. I have people here who know what I do, who enjoy what I do, and for you to come in, follow me for 3 seconds,
Yeah.
and
Say
basically
some
try to,
snarky shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
sabotage my chat. Like, there's a guy yesterday. I was doing customs, and so like when you do customs and all that stuff, like people invite their friends and all that
Hmm.
stuff, and someone followed me on Twitch, and they're like, dude, you only have 34 people watching you. I thought you were TikTok famous. I'm like, one, I don't know where you heard that. Two, I mean, like 34 people's like, it's pretty good for someone who
Anything more
has
than
like,
15 is crazy. I don't think people
yeah,
realize that.
yeah, and I've noticed like too, because like if you go on like the like the recommended pages on Twitch, and you go to different games on Twitch and see who's doing what, like there's like 6 or 7 people who at the 500 plus, right,
Yeah.
viewers, and then you have like 15 to like 300, and then there's like 0, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 in viewers. So it's like, I don't know, for me, I went from I'm averaging what 27 or 28 viewers. I mean, for me in 2 months, I mean, I'm happy with that. And I'm nowhere TikTok famous. I'm no Danny Dorito 23, but in a way, it's like, I don't know what you're expecting,
Yeah.
but it's funny. It's just funny to see those comments of people, like the way they're
I
in, like,
I can't
I
stand
don't
when
know
I'm
what he's.
checking out people's channels and like somebody will come in and say that. They're like, "Bro, like imagine having 22 viewers." And I will literally I'll say something. I'll be like, "Bro, you do realize that like 99% of Twitch streams to less than 15 viewers, right?" Like he
Yeah,
is above like 99% of Twitch right now, and
yeah,
you're
he's
over
in the
here trying
top
to
the
talk
top one
crap.
percent.
How many? I was like, how many viewers do you have right now, dude? You know, and I
No,
go
no,
like,
I don't stream. I don't
yeah,
stream.
I don't stream. Like, dude, shut up about it, then, man. You don't realize how hard it is. It
Yeah,
is the one,
and
dude. Like I always tell people, like I did boot camp. I did 6 years in the military, and this last like 7 8 months, I think I've worked the hardest I ever have in my entire life, and
dude, yeah,
it's
it's hard work,
stressful.
man. And like, and you're doing it full time. I'm not doing it full time. I mean,
I can't
I mean,
imagine trying
yeah,
to like,
because, well, I also like, the reason I started this is it was because right when the pandemic started, I got
Hmm.
furloughed from my job,
Okay.
and I'm a creative person.
Yeah.
I worked in sports until the pandemic. So hopefully I
Hmm.
get back to that once everything gets started back up again. But I didn't have that typical 9 to 5 job. I had the job where I was traveling, I was making content, I
Hmm.
was writing stuff. So I was always on the run doing something. Always had something to do. And then when the pandemic started, I was kind of like, all right, I took a couple of months and kind of just like laid back. All right, extended off season from sports. I was like, okay, whatever. It's nice to relax. And then towards probably the end of the summer, because obviously the summer is nice because you can go out and do things, and well, to the most part in terms of the pandemic, but like you can still go outside and kind of hang out with people from a distance and whatnot. But once the winter hit, like it started to get colder where I am, and gloomy, I started thinking like I don't have anything to look forward to. I don't have a motivation. I don't have something to get me out of bed and go work on. And that's why I started streaming and content creating, because it's me working for myself and working hard for myself because I want to grow and be able to basically bank on myself and say, hey, I can do this. I can start from nothing and try to get something going. And it just kind of gives me
Yeah.
something to look forward to. And that's, when I stream, I talk about this all the time. Like, it's a way that we can escape at the end of the day. And that's why, you know, I go in and talk to my community. We have just, we'll talk about whatever the community wants to talk about. I mean,
Yeah.
and for me, it's such a big escape for me because I don't know what's ahead for me in terms of my job. And I don't know, we went from operating normally last March to now, 3 days later, everything being shut down without a light at the end of the tunnel. And now lights, it's at the end of the tunnel getting brighter and brighter. But at the same time, it's like I didn't have that drive. I didn't have anything to really look forward to and get me out of bed and be like, all right, go work on this today. Go work on that today.
Yeah.
Go make sure this is done today. And I'm a pretty organized guy when it comes to scheduling and stuff like that. So for me to have absolutely nothing to do with no light at the end of the tunnel was tough.
Yeah. It's. I mean, and I tell people too, because I would say I spend about twice as much time making content, at least twice as much time making content as I do streaming. And so for me, when I stream, that's when I kind of get to like let loose and like have a good time, because that's kind of I look at it as the payoff. I get to interact with everybody and play games and all the crazy stuff that happens, but as soon as that stream is over, I get right back to it. And it's I mean, being full time is definitely different, but I can't imagine trying to do this while also doing another job, because I had thought about getting a job when there was like a big drop when everybody started going back to school and work. Um, but yeah, man, it's definitely anybody who's says it's not a real job, just they have no idea. They've never worked that hard, I don't think,
Yeah, and
for something
I
like this.
it's so different. I think too is what people it drives people away from being like, oh, it's not a real job. It's just think about it 4 or 5 years ago. I mean, saying, yeah, I'm gonna be a content creator online and work for myself and do all this stuff. Like 5 years ago is not a long time, but
Yeah,
things have been just so different in the past 2 to 3 years where there's only a select few people who could have been full-time content creators, and they have been for the past 5 years or so. But really in the past few years, it's been the opportunity for people to really actually do it, and it's an actual job that people can have and they
yeah,
do well with. And plus, like, it's fun too. It's stressful, but it's fun because you get to be yourself. You get to put out whatever you want, and not a lot of people get that luxury of being able to kind of do what they want and make a living from it, which is like I admire about full-time content creators like yourself. I mean, like you wake up and you're like, okay, this is what I'm going to do today. I'm going to accomplish it, and you don't have to worry about a boss coming in and saying, "Well, Danny, we need this from you today. We
yeah,
need you to work overtime on this." Like, you're always working overtime. You're working on yourself. It's your own schedule, and you're getting everything you want accomplished, within a day. But at the same time, for you, you're like, okay, well, I can put this off because I know my own. You have your own importance list in a way.
yeah, yeah. No, it's like I just got a YouTube editor, so that definitely helps. They basically just he does the stream highlights and then like some of the podcast highlights, but I do the G Fuel reviews and G Fuel news. I just posted like a mail opening one last night. That was the other thing. I started late today because I ended up staying up till like 3:30 in the morning editing this 30-minute video of just me and my wife opening letters from the PO box. And I mean, when that happens, like I just sit and look, and I'm just like, dude, this is. I never imagined how much work it would be. And so anybody who is bigger than me, or I see like working hard, like I have just a whole different respect for it. And it's humbling to see hard work pay off, but it's also humbling to see people do the same thing differently, because it's neat to see people find their own unique way of growing and doing things, you know, because anybody can like try to copy what somebody does, but I don't think people notice, you know what I mean? So somebody
Yeah.
such as yourself that sticks out because it's like, oh, hey, this guy's name's Tony Colladutti. I get it. It's, you know, it's like a play on it. And then like that got me intrigued already. But then I see what you're doing with like the whole Italian thing, and you know, you got the, like I said, the vibes going on, the Italian vibes. Like I was like, that is different. Like I respect that. Like you did something unique, but you're also yourself at the same time. You know, like it's a lot of people either focus a lot on
Yeah.
the game, or you know, but I feel like being able to focus on being you and whatever it is you're doing is definitely, that's harder, because that means people have to like you for
Yeah.
you, you know.
Yeah, which again, it's still weird to me, the fact that like people like follow me and get they're in on the same jokes as I am. It's just
Yeah.
weird to me because it's like like, at the same time, like when you're streaming and you're doing all this stuff, you don't get to see people's faces. You don't get to see. It's not like a conversation.
Right.
If like you and I were at a bar or something and we're talking, it's not like that. You're just sitting there and you're basically making jokes to yourself,
Hmm.
reading off your screen. And half the time you're just doing it, unless you're actually playing with people, like video games. But if you're like just chatting or something with the stream, or you're just making content and you just see what people have to say about it, it's weird because when you're actually doing it, you think you're just like talking to yourself. You almost forget sometimes that there are people like on the other side and they're listening to every word you say and they're making jokes about it and they're interacting with it. And it's a lot of times where I'm just talking and then like someone will reference something that I said like 10 minutes ago. I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't remember saying that, because I don't really remember myself like talking to
Yeah.
people. But it's weird, 'cause that's how
Yeah.
that's how it works now, because that's where we're at.
I catch myself all the time. I'll be like in the middle of a game and somebody will redeem like the Vuvuzela. You've seen it, right? And
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
yeah, and I'll be like, I can't do it right now. I'll do it, you know, next round. And then like the next round, I totally forget. And so, hey, you said you were gonna do my, and I'm like, dude, like it's crazy how like there's so much going on at once. Um, like
Yeah, and you're getting flooded with messages too, and you're trying to keep up with it.
yeah, I think so. When I went to boot camp, I think the biggest thing I noticed after that was kind of like I had a bit of a confidence boost. I was more confident in myself and like my ability to like handle stress and do things. But
Mhm.
I think streaming and content creation and everything has really helped with like my social confidence, because I look back at like really old streams and like how like kind of nervous I was when I talked and stuff like that. It's just like it's crazy, man. I I don't like talking in front of people, but after everything I've done, I feel like if somebody was like, "Hey, come speak" or something like that, like I think I'd be able to do it. And like I've,
Yeah,
you know,
because before you weren't Danny Dorito 23, and now you're Danny Dorito 23, content creator, Twitch streamer. It's a persona you pick up, kind of. It's like an extra added layer to yourself, where like I do that, like just treat it like a stream. I know how to do this now. I know how to talk to, like I can get up and I can give a speech, you know, just like this. That's and it's kind of like the same way, because it's your brand. You're Danny Dorito 23, and in that situation, you know, go go speak as yourself. So now you're gonna implement everything that you've been doing to talk to people. Because I watch your streams, man. I don't even know how. That's one of the things that I'm afraid of if my stream does grow more, is like when you first started streaming, like when you got like you have your original followers, right? The people who are always in your chat from day one
yeah.
and stuff like that. And you do a relatively good job in terms of monitoring the chat as it's going on, because dude, you could have like 1,000 people watching and you just get inundated with chat messages over and over again. You're playing the game. You have to figure out who's saying what, and that's one of the things. Like, because there's so many people who are so loyal from day one and have been there since day one. I just want to make sure I can still acknowledge them, like when the chat's coming through. How do you manage making sure like you get everything? Because you said like sometimes you forget to redeem the vuvuzela or taking a sip of G Fuel or stuff like that.
So I mean, I've slowly kind of moved towards like when I'm especially like Rainbow Six. I don't know if you saw it today. Like I'm super serious about Rainbow Six because Elevate, the organization that me and Benjamins are on, is kind of known for Rainbow Six. So it's like if they can post Rainbow Six content with me, like that's a win-win for them, you know. So it's like I try to take it more seriously. I'm trying to get to a decent rank and stuff, so I don't look like a some poser on that team because I am as a content creator, but if I can also be decent at a game, like it definitely helps, especially for
Mhm.
content. If I'm like getting some good kills and stuff, but um, I'll tell them like guys, like this game means something to me. I'm gonna focus up during the rounds, but I will talk as much as I can, and like I've kind of kept going with that, and they seem to have adjusted well. When I do tournaments, I'll even like put like a thing that says, hey, this is tournament mode. I'm not interacting with the chat unless I'm dead or between games. Um, but I still I like to say that most of the time I'm 50-50. I'm 50% focused on the gameplay, 50% focused on the chat. And obviously as I've grown, it's been easier and easier to miss stuff. But I think people kind of adjust and know like, all right, like, I think there's like two types of followers. There's the followers who they like the really um, intimate interaction where it's like you're constantly talking to them, and after a certain size, it's just not going to happen. And I've seen I go to people that I've rated before, and I see like people that I would consider like OGs in there now, and they're like, "Hey, what's up?" Like they still drop by every once in a while, but I could tell that that specific follower needed a little more interaction than that. So once I got past a certain size, it kind of moved on to somebody else. But I still see the people that have been there since the beginning, here and there, and I think they just kind of, as you grow, understand that hey, you might have to say something two or three times for me to get it if I miss it the first time or the
Yeah,
second time. But
and then
um,
there's people who don't know that line of saying things they get your attention and those spamming, which obviously is a whole nother discussion.
yeah, no,
But
my chat's pretty
I cut
locked
you off there.
down.
I didn't mean to.
So, oh, you do that often?
What?
What do you mean?
I said I didn't mean to cut you off because I
Oh
cut you
no
off a
no,
little.
sorry, I thought you were talking about spamming still. You're not cutting me off. I was just interjecting about something.
Oh, no, yeah, spamming is I mean, I see it more on TikTok Live, which I don't. I
I
mean,
don't even I don't even do TikTok lives anymore, except if I'm
yeah,
streaming.
that's the only time I do it when I'm streaming because that's the only thing that boosts like videos on TikTok now is if people are going live. Because I've noticed like that's like the best thing. And I think someone said it to me when I first started doing TikTok. Like, yeah, the first 1,000 followers are hard to get.
Oh
Like you got
yeah,
to work for those. You got to work for those. And I did. I mean, I posted 2 or 3 videos a day for about 2.5 weeks. And I was in the mentality where it's like, if I have enough stuff thrown at the wall, something's gonna stick, And luckily it did.
yeah,
And I was excited too because I think the video that I thought was big, it was like 50,000 views. For me, I was like, oh, that's awesome. I had 200 followers, now I have 1,100 followers, and this has, so it was up to 70,000 views. And then I posted something like, I don't know, I was just thinking of random crap to do, and I did, and then posted another one, the aim for the bushes video, which is just a remake of a scene from the movie The Other Guys,
mm,
and I posted it. I guess I did everything the algorithm wanted me to. I posted it on like a Monday afternoon at 4 p.m. exactly, and I checked my phone 10 minutes later after I posted it, and it had 15,000 views. It's like, okay, I don't know what's going on. And then now it's at like 1.2 million, but I'm like, you never, there's no set way to do it, obviously. I mean,
yeah,
I think we know that for sure, but um it's and it's just it's strange, man, but
yeah.
it's
I
working
I
out.
I honestly think that the number one thing more than anything, because I mean you could make whatever content you want, but if you're not consistent with it, it's just not like being consistent with content and posting a lot, it forces you to improve faster, and at the same time, it just you're putting out. It's like putting more lottery tickets in, So it's
Exactly.
key.
And then like, because dude, my quality on my old TikToks were not very good because I didn't know, like I didn't know
Yeah.
how to. I know how to edit. I didn't have the software to edit at the time. I didn't have a PC. I was basically screen recording off my Twitch VOD and then putting it in like some app I had on my phone. And I'm like,
Yeah, I
it's
did
like
that
it's
before.
like in it's like in 720 and I'm streaming I'm streaming in 1080 and then it goes through TikTok and then that makes it look
Yeah.
crappier too. I'm like, and I forgot who I was talking to. I was talking to a couple of people about it. They're like, yeah, man, those TikToks would do so much better if they're like clearer, if you can actually see what's going on. I'm like, I know, but I can't because I don't have it. But now,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
I invested in like Premiere Pro and like actual things to help me edit, and that's been just an incredible improvement.
yeah. Do you know how it works? I'll tell you a partner. I started to get it sometimes depending on the time of day when I was an affiliate as I got closer to a partner. But I think you can only stream up to like 910. You can't even stream at 1080p. Like it'll say you are, but you're not. And they have a bit
Yeah,
rate limit
whatever it is,
too.
but yeah, I think because on my phone now, I because you could like change the source, so like how high
Yeah,
quality you want it. And mine it says 1080, but I'm sure it's not 1080.
yeah. I think it limits your
Um,
bit rate.
yeah,
It's weird.
but I mean, it is. I mean, Twitch is weird to begin with, but
Yeah,
it's what
they
we
are.
got. We got to work. We
They're
got to work
supposed to
with.
be
I
working
mean,
on 4K, dude, and that's gonna be insane. I don't. Not very many people are actually gonna be able to do that because to be able to stream in 4K, the bit rate's gonna be insane.
yeah, it's gonna be stupid. I mean, I live in an apartment building where we have like shared internet. Like
Same here.
everyone
Yeah.
has their own router and stuff like that. But in
Yeah.
order to upgrade our internet, like I can't just be like, oh, let me pay $10 more a month. Like, no, you
Yeah.
have to restructure your whole thing and start from zero. I'm like, I'm not spending. I mean, I would love to spend $150 a month on internet, but I can't. Like,
Yeah.
that's how it works.
Do you see? Because it was like everybody talked about it, especially on Twitch and stuff. That Ninja says he spends like 6 grand on his internet a month.
That's not surprising.
Yeah. Oh,
That's like
I
it's not
mean,
surprising.
I
That's
don't.
great for him.
I mean, I don't care how big I get. I don't think I'll spend that much on internet. That seems like overkill.
Unless
But he's
someone's
got
paying
money
it
to
for me.
burn.
Yes.
True, but I mean, it wasn't he. The way he talked about it wasn't like that. He was just like, "Yeah, we got this special line put in, this and that," and like I think his wife was like, "No, it was 6,000 a month, not 5,000 or something." So like, I guess it obviously isn't that important of a number to him, but to me, I was just like
I
six
mean,
thousand a month, dude. Like, that's
I,
insane.
I mean, I would love to be able to like say I'm making that much money a
Yeah,
month,
Ninja's
let
interesting
alone
because a lot
spend it
of.
on
Sorry, go
entertainment.
ahead.
No, I was just saying, I'd rather like, I just want to be able to say I'm making that much money a month
Yeah,
before
yeah,
saying I'm spending that much on the
yeah,
internet.
yeah. It's
What were you
it's
saying about
crazy.
Ninja?
I was gonna say I don't know how much you pay attention to big streamers, but I feel like Ninja, they've been talking about it too about how like he's definitely like past his prime. Like he's, I mean, I see him averaging
Yeah,
like 7K now. It's crazy.
it's weird, man, because I don't really know. Again, that was what I was saying earlier. Like, I'm really new to the whole scene of it. Like,
Yeah.
I know who Ninja is. Never really watched the streams. I know who Nick Merckx is. I know who Tim Tatman is. But I never really went through the whole, ups and downs and ebbs and flows of them. Like, I know who they are now, and I watch a little bit and read a little bit about how they got to where they were. And I mean, Ninja was like one of the first guys to really, you know, he was the guy when it came to Twitch streaming. Like he was this number one streamer in the world.
Playing
And
with
I don't like in my
celebrities and
opinion.
stuff like that.
Exactly. But now I think, and that was kind of before. And so I was saying before, like in the last 5 years, how many people figured out? Okay, well I can do what Ninja's doing. I could stream from my house. I could build a PC. I could stream too. And I think just the saturation of it, I think maybe watered it down a little bit. And I don't know, I'm not, and I haven't really watched a lot of Ninja content to say this or not, but like I don't know if complacency maybe set in a little bit for him. I know he's been in, he's always, but again, he's still always in the news and stuff like that with whatever he's doing. So, I mean, I'm sure he's still doing very well, but I mean,
Oh
in
yeah.
terms of viewership, it's strange because 60,000 people will watch Nick Merckx work out.
Yeah,
Like,
that's crazy.
yeah,
Have
it's nuts.
Have you been watching Ludwig at all?
I haven't, man. I need to watch more streamers, but at the same time too, like I like to support like other people and
Yeah,
other content creators, and a lot of times like as much as I enjoy and I'm entertained by Nick Merckx and Tim the Tatman, like being in their streams, like I'm an interactive person in chat.
hmm,
Like I like to say hi to people and like drive conversations and stuff like that. But if I'm in Nick's chat, if I'm in Tim's chat, like people who are watching the stream aren't even going to be able to see your messages.
yeah, because it moves so fast.
They move so fast, man. So it's like
It's
I don't know.
yeah,
So I like
I
that's
get
why I
what
like
you
to
mean.
go to yeah, I like to go to like your stream or like people like that and just like kind of
Yeah,
hang out and have conversations there, you know?
yeah. I usually late at night when I'm editing for YouTube, that's when I will like put up Jordy's stream or something like that and hang out in there.
Yeah.
Um, which I'm starting to feel bad because I hang out in Jordy's stream so much that like I feel like people have started to like talk to me more in there, and like I almost feel like maybe I should make a second account or something because like I don't want to distract from his stream.
Yeah,
But
because I noticed that when you like I forgot who was it's so funny just like when you go on someone's stream randomly and just see someone like and that's so funny. Like I've seen
yeah,
you a bunch of times on Jordy. So I saw Dunks.
I think so.
He was hanging out. He was hanging out on your stream yesterday. I think it was. He's a big TikTok guy. He's very funny. He helped me a lot when I was first starting. But yeah, I was watching your stream yesterday, and like I just see Dunks pop up in your chat, and I was like, "What's up, man?" But it's so funny. It's like going to the store and like running into your friends.
Yeah, it is. It is. And it
Like,
surprised me how
hey,
much it
how the kids
happens.
doing?
It happens
Yeah,
a lot.
because
It's good though.
there's
It's
so
good.
there's so yeah, it's great. There's so many accounts that you can like watch, and it's just like like, you have like a similar group of people. Obviously, like your close content creator friends are pretty much in the same circle with other people. Like I'll be in
Yeah.
I'll be watching Burger or Polo or Mark Clark or something like that, and I'll just I'll pop into the chat and everyone's like Tony. I'm like, no, I'm just hanging out, like guys, like Tony loved your TikTok today. I'm like, don't self promo me. I'm not in here to be
I
promo. Like
I
I'm
had a
hanging out watching. You know,
I had a viewer last night like whispering me, and he's like, "Hey, I who should I use my Prime sub on?" And I was like, "Whoever you want to, man." Like, I try to answer. I get whispered a lot when I'm in people's streams, and so I'll try to like talk to him. And he's an OG viewer too of my stream, so like it was just interesting to interact with him, uh, like that, because I think it's been a while since I talked to him like that, direct message. And he was like,
Mhm.
he's a younger viewer, but he was like, "Who should I use my Prime sub on?" I was like, I don't know, man. Use it on whoever your like favorite streamer is. And he's like, well, I already subbed to you. Like, should I use it on Jordy? I was like, I think Jordy's awesome. Yeah, you should use it on him. And so he's like, Danny told me to do this, and I'm just like, oh man, and then like, and then he starts saying, use code Danny D, like just spamming it. And I was like, bro, no, like I was like, chill out, man, And he's like,
'Cause
sorry, I shouldn't have done that.
that makes you look bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
it, and that's the thing too. Like, um, when you raid people, do you only raid people you know?
Um. So a lot of times I'll like find somebody on TikTok, and then I'll follow them on
Mhm.
Twitch, check them out a little bit, and then like if I think if they look like they're really trying and like I would hang out in their chat, then yeah, I'll try and hit them up with a raid sometime. Um,
So you go through the
but
vetting
it's
process before you
I
raid.
look at rating as kind of like networking almost.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
um,
it
but
definitely is. I mean,
I
I'm in.
also have guy to raid, so like sometimes the viewers will be like, "Hey, raid this person." I'm like, "Okay," and like I discover people like that too. So
Yeah, but I mean, I've tried it a couple times where like we've had like a decent amount of people in the chat, and I've kind of like just found someone like they're like, oh, raid a small streamer who's streaming to no one. I was like, okay, but at the same time, I don't know what this person's doing on stream. Like
yeah,
they're playing Call of Duty, but if they're saying bad things or they're not being a nice, just a not
yeah,
a nice person, it's a reflection on me. Because if I'm putting in the time to raid this person, that means okay, guys, I'm sending my whole community over here. You know, like it. And if someone say something, my stream's done, and someone goes to click on, hey, is Tony streaming tonight? But he just finished, and then it goes to this guy's channel or this girl's channel. They're like,
yeah.
okay, does Tony like this guy? Like, is he friends with him? Because if he's friends with this
Yeah.
guy, I don't really want to be, associated with, that type of thing.
Yeah.
It's like giving someone like a recommendation for a job.
Uh-huh.
It's like you want to be like, is this guy a good worker? Yeah, yeah, because it looks bad on you if the guy doesn't, if the guy is not what he's supposed to be. But I've at the same time too, like if you find a good person who's streaming, and like the other day we found someone, it was his first ever stream, but like he worked hard to try to make some TikToks. I didn't know this going in. He just set up his PC. He just got a new graphics card, so it's my first night streaming. It looked good. Like he took the time to plan out everything that he was doing, and he goes, "Okay, this is day one of me streaming." And then I rated him with like I think 35 people or something like that, and he was like blown away. And like that's that's like the type of stuff that I love.
Yeah.
And then he sent me a message on like Instagram. It's like, dude, man, that was awesome. It was my first night streaming. It means a lot to me. Like that feels good. And then I've rated people who have been like just sitting there playing Call of Duty, and they're like, "Oh, what's up, guys? It's a raid." Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and that definitely it does matter to me how people react to it because I've seen that happen where I've raided with like 200 something people. I was like, oh, thanks, man, thanks for the raid, and they just kind of like they don't even interact with the people that join. And I'm just like, all right,
Yeah.
well, not raiding that guy
Like
again.
it's the most amount of viewers you're ever gonna have.
Because I mean, it when you raid somebody and they like get legitimately excited about it, the chat does too. It hypes everything up, and then it makes some people from my chat want to stay. That's the way you should look at it. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's
exactly. I mean,
I had it happen early on where I raided somebody and they dropped an N bomb.
not good.
Yeah, so that's why I'm
That's
very
not what
careful
you.
about who I raid.
Yeah,
Because
and you have to be too, because again, for you especially, it's like this is the Danny Dorito 23 brand. Like you're putting out and putting your trust to send your followers and your
yeah,
your viewers there, and if they are not in the same guidelines as you, it's like, okay, well, I don't support this person. But I mean, there was one time we rated a guy, and it was after I got 1,000 followers on Twitch, and I told my chat, I think I started the night at like 920 followers or something like that. I said, I have a sandwich in my fridge, chat. If I hit 1,000 and it's like it's like 3 a.m. I was like, if I hit 1,000 followers, I'm gonna eat the sandwich. So I guess like all these people like got their friends and stuff to hang out, but all these people end up staying. It's so funny. So like I hit 1,000 followers. I was like, all right, I'm gonna get my sandwich. So I'm eating a sandwich on stream at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was tired, so I was like, "I want to go. Let's go raid someone." So this guy has like no followers, he has like 50 followers, no viewers. So I
yeah.
raided him, and my chat just went off. Goes, make a sandwich, go eat a sandwich, and everyone was just not bullying, but like just spamming him until the point where the guy like made a sandwich.
That's crazy.
It was so funny, but like that's type of stuff you're kind of proud of, right? You just like we
Yeah,
did something fun tonight, and we're trying to make it fun. I'm sure this guy was so confused. Like, why are these
yeah.
people
Like
telling me to
people
go
want me to
get?
make a sandwich.
The guy's like, go to like someone in the chat was like, go to the fridge, go make a sandwich. I was like, that's so funny. But
That is
yeah,
funny,
it's
man.
just like simple stuff like that. It just makes it a lot of fun when a raid does go really well.
Yeah, did you post a TikTok on that? The sandwich?
Yeah, yeah, I did.
I
I
think I
did.
saw that. You're like, all right, we're
Yeah.
eating this sandwich. And I was just like,
Yeah,
what the
I was
hell?
like, where else would you guys rather be
Yeah,
than than watching me eat a sandwich at 3 o'clock in
yeah.
the morning
No,
on
I think
Twitch?
that the other thing was that I like the way you are on stream. Like you seem genuine, man. Like you're being yourself, and
Yeah, thanks.
I like the type of humor that you have too. Like I saw the one TikTok, you're like, hey, he's gotta finish, or like I finished him off, or like yeah, like that whole thing.
Yeah,
Or no, I whacked him.
yeah.
I whacked him off.
Yeah, that's like I don't know how I even started doing that, but I mean, I started that early on because that was one of the things that like that was the first TikTok that I had that did well, was like just me a compilation of just me saying things like that.
Yeah,
And then like, but I said, oh, but not like that, chat, but not like
yeah,
that.
not like that.
But now like it's become a thing. Like I've seen it in like other people's TikToks. When
Really,
someone
like
says
people.
something like a little suspect, and people are like, oh, but not like that. I'm like, that's what I said once.
Yeah,
Like it's just so weird, man. Like, yeah, I mean, it's again, that's me trying to do something different, like because again, my gameplay is not gonna do well on
Yeah,
TikTok, but like me being sort of funny and trying to be different is
yeah, I got
now
the same
every time
mentality.
someone posts a TikTok with me, every time someone posts a TikTok where like the death chat or something is a little like sus or something like that, I get tagged in it now. Is this you, Tony Call of Duty? I was
That's
like,
funny.
no, it's funny though. It is,
Like they'll
but I
just
get it
say
all.
like really, oh man, the hot
Yeah, like
mics.
yeah, that, and then someone tagged me in like someone was watching like, the UFC fight or something like that, and someone said something. It was like, oh, he's really pounding him or something like that, and someone put it on Instagram. I got tagged in it by like 4 different people.
That's funny.
Like, I don't know. Tony Call of Duty was broadcasting UFC now. It's like no, but again,
Yeah,
like I love, you know, it's just one of those things where I'm myself, man,
yeah,
on stream. Like I joke about what I want to joke about. My humor's stupid, but at the same time, like it's like just hanging out, on like the couch with like everyone. You know what I mean? That's how I am. So for me to, and a lot of times too, because like I adapted a lot in my 2 months. Like I really have in terms of me starting, and I was,
yeah,
if you watch like my first few streams, I was like it's a little different. I was a little more of an ass, kind of like one of those like I wore like a jacket and gloves and stuff like that. And I was trying to be someone like I really wasn't, but at the same time, like trying to find where I was in that. But
yeah,
now I think I have it where I'm just kind of like myself. Cause like a lot of when I first started, it was like, okay, I'm like a bad boy. I got the leather jacket on, kind of like I'll rough you up if you say the wrong thing to me. Now it's like now the thing is like uh I'm, everyone thinks I'm like in the mob or in the mafia, but I'm not because I'm like a nice guy. Like I'm the nice guy in the mob. Like I would never hurt anyone. You know what I mean? So I think
you're
that's
the
what,
nice
and
guy in
that's
the
what people
mob.
like.
That's funny.
Exactly. Like if you ever see the show, you ever watch the show Barry on HBO?
Yeah,
You seen
yeah,
that show?
I've watched Barry.
So NoHo Hank, the
I
bald
think
guy.
so. I haven't watched it in a while. I've seen the whole first season. I don't
So
think I finished the second one.
yeah, so Hank's the guy that works in the Chechen mob, the bald guy.
Oh yeah, okay, him.
Yeah,
Yeah. So he's like
and
kind of
he's like
nice, like
he's
yeah,
way too nice to ever be in that situation. Like, but he doesn't know how to really operate because like
yeah,
he wants to be such a nice guy. He's like, oh, so sorry, I have to kill you, sort of a thing.
yeah, yeah. I'd be like, oh, sorry, but
That's kind of
you have to
what I
kill
am.
him. Yeah,
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 I want to super nice guy. Like that same like
yeah,
that, I'm the same mentality. It's like that's kind of what it. I drove a lot
yeah,
off NoHo Hank to what I'm doing, but like that's really what it is. Like I look like I should be
yeah,
like putting people in the trunk of my car and like throwing them into the water, cement
yeah.
bricks.
Have you
But
seen? There's a guy. I think his TikTok is Mob History or something. Have
mhm,
you seen that guy?
I have not. I have
So
not.
he started out with like telling these stories, but then people wanted to like hear more about him, and so but he talks like he's legit in the mob, and like nobody knows if he really is or what, and like he's very like he's like why would I do that, like he's like I'm not an idiot and stuff like that, but he's just
Yeah,
cussing like a mobster and all that stuff all the time, and kind of like it does kind of give up this like kind of sketchy vibe almost, and it's funny because he'll just be like somebody will say, you know, when did you feel like you became a man? And he'll just tell this like story. He's like the day I felt, and he's got this voice, like the day I felt like I became a man. And he tells this like story, and it's just it's different, And so like to see
yeah,
somebody kind
yeah.
of do the opposite, where it's more like, yeah, it's cool. I like it. Keep doing it, man.
Yeah, it's thanks. I appreciate it. It's just fun, man. Like I have a thing for my channel points to, uh, they want a story, like they want me to tell a
Yeah.
story, which, and all my stories are just movies. They're like plots of movies,
Okay.
and so I have to like think of a movie. I have to make sure like when I'm going into stream, I got like 3 or 4 movies at the top of my head, like the plots of them. But I'll explain them in such detail, like it's happening to me, that it
Yeah.
takes people like a couple of minutes to be like, oh, that's the plot of American Pie. Like something like, oh, that's the plot of Rudy. I'm like, no, no, it's not the plot of Rudy. It's happened to me. I don't even know what you're talking
Yeah.
about. It's not Rudy. And then like there's people who are like in the first time like, dude, that's Rudy, man. That's Rudy. And like, and there's other people like, no, like I can't believe they wrote Rudy about you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like
No,
that
I
type of
like
stuff.
that. Yeah.
Like, but like to me, that's fun. Yeah, like it's just like
I might have to
I
start
don't know.
doing something like that
I
because it's gotten to the point where people ask the same stuff all the time. Like, I want to hear a story about the military. I want to hear a story about like your first time streaming, this and that, or high school. And it's like I'm running out
Yeah.
of stories. Like, I'm not that interesting of a person, you know.
Yeah.
So
That's the thing. Like, I'm really not like you're not that. You have a cool
yeah,
background, but like, I mean, you've told all the stories. I'm sure. There's
yeah. I've told a lot of the
you
same
know, there,
stories
there's
like multiple
yeah.
times.
I just like I thought it was just being another way to like for interaction and stuff like that, so people can
Yeah,
stay in the chat and gain up points and then use them on stories. I think what else I got? I got the chat loves instead of hydrate, where you know how you do G Fuel sip. I do take a drink of the jug.
yeah.
I have
I've
a
seen that.
jug
Yeah,
emote. So I mean, it's just another way that people can like
yeah,
people go nuts when I bring this out. It's really weird. They spam all the jug emotes.
yeah.
Then I gotta go to the store.
Do you have like a mega hydrator
Uh,
or anything like that?
Not a mega one, but it's
Dude,
just like I think it's like 1,000 points. It's like take a drink from the jug.
it hasn't happened much lately because I had to raise the price of stuff to like reflect how many people are in there now, or else stuff just gets ridiculous. Like I was like, all right, it's time to raise the price of Mega Hydrate because like one person redeems it, and then like I drink the water. I drink a whole shaker, so I'll drink the whole shaker of water,
Yeah,
and then somebody like 2 minutes later will redeem it again, and then like two people redeem it, like, and I'm like, all right, hold up, I can't drink that much water, I'm gonna be pissing my pants. Like this is ranked, like I can't just leave in the middle of the match to go pee, you know.
yeah, yeah. Mine's like 1,000, I think, but like I don't have like chug or anything. I just have a regular like
Yeah,
take a
it's
drink from the
funny
jug.
though.
But then here I go to I go to the grocery store once a week and buy 7 of these things, and then I go the next week and
Yeah,
then
I finally added where because I was like I had a few things that I had tested out, like I did the awa awa for a long time, and then like I
mhm,
feel like a lot of people do the awa awa now, so I took it away because I was like, it's just, and it was low too because it's easy to say "ow ow," it's like quick, so it was super low, so it would
yeah,
get redeemed like 5 times in a row, and I'm just like "ow ow ow ow," for like it's ridiculous. So I got rid of that. I still have the
yeah,
the whole yeah, I still do that, and people are like, come on man, why are you doing the whole yeah? This is weird or whatever. And I'm like, you're obviously a new viewer, like I like call them out about it. So,
yeah, yeah,
but
yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
I have the O, so people redeem an O. I think it's like
yeah,
500 channel points where I just go like, oh, Danny Dorito wants the oh, Danny Dorito, which is easy for me
okay,
to do as I'm
I
playing
like
like
that.
oh like real quick.
Yeah, I like that.
I mean
I don't
that's
think I've seen that before.
yeah, it's just different to be interactive, so people are like, oh, I can spend my channel points now and I can get interaction and stuff like that. So that's what I do. I mean, I got the jug. If someone has 100,000 points, I can eat a sandwich again.
Okay,
So I have to.
you have to
So
have the
I told like
sandwich.
if anyone's near 100,000 points, you kind of let me know like beforehand. So this way I'm like I can go, like actually get a sandwich because I stream it like at late and I can't like go out and get one. So
Yeah,
like you gotta make sure I'm prepared for it. Um, but I think like at some point I have like a follow back on social media, but I don't think anyone can is
I
gonna get
I had to
there.
stop doing that because what would happen was, like, at first it was cool because it would happen like once or twice a stream. So I'd be like, hey, follow me on TikTok, follow my Instagram. I had to spaced out kind of, or priced at you know whatever the I thought was the equivalent to what I'm at follower wise. Because like I saw Jordy, his TikTok one is like 1 million or something. Follow you on TikTok,
Yeah,
and
I think he just has it on there so people
yeah,
stop asking.
yeah. But like there was people who were mad that I took him away, but I was like, dude, the problem was is somebody would just redeem, follow me on Instagram, be like, all right, whisper me your Instagram name so I know who to follow, and they don't do it, and so like 2 weeks later, some guy's like, hey, like a couple weeks ago, I redeemed follow on Instagram, but you didn't follow me, and I'm like, well, you didn't whisper me, and then it's just this, it's like I'm not gonna hunt you down to follow you,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
then they're all
And
pissed because I didn't do it, so I'm like, man, just
yeah,
take it
it's
away,
not.
you guys
And plus,
ruin it.
like, what's a follow really worth if you're not like? It's one
So
thing if you're making content too, right? It's like,
yeah,
but there are people like, oh, can you follow me back on TikTok? And I'm like, let me look at your TikToks, and you don't post anything.
yeah, I'm the same
Like,
way. I'm like,
what
do something cool on TikTok, I'll follow you. You know.
yeah, it's like and I get it too. Like, it's cool to have people with like clout or with a lot of followers following you, but at the same time, it's like, what do you get out of it? Like, I'm probably not going to look at your stuff if you're not posting anything.
I mean, there's been
Like, what
people that
is
I followed and like I see them starting to post and they post like really stupid or weird stuff and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna follow because I don't want to see this, and I don't want people like him to do something weird, and all of a sudden everybody's like, "Well, Danny follows him," like what the hell is that about?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
It's a
just like,
reflection on you. It's and
yeah,
again, it's like y- that's why I don't like the follow for follow stuff, right?
yeah.
It's like
Follow for follow is bad. I've always,
it's so bad, and like you see it so much because there's that one side of TikTok where it's like, are you a small
hmm
streamer? Do this, this, and this. Like, no,
yeah, I can't
uh,
stand it.
no, it, it,
It got
and
really
like
bad at one point, and people
when I
started to
first
kind of post like, "Don't do it,"
yeah,
you know.
because when I first started, because I went in knowing nothing about all this stuff, man. So I was like, okay, well, I'll follow a couple people and do whatever. And then I noticed like they follow me, but there'd be no interaction. My Twitch streams would not be different. My TikToks would not be different. So, and you got to realize too on Twitch, if you do follow for follow on Twitch, you got to understand the people who you're following and are following you back are probably streaming at the same time you are. So
hmm
they're not going to watch your streams.
Yeah,
There's no way to and Twitch in itself, and I say this like people come and be like, Tony, how do I make a following? How do I start streaming? It's like Twitch is not going to help you. Twitch is where you go after you have a group of people somewhere else.
yeah,
Because organically, Twitch is like, it's cool once you have people watching you, but you sitting there with no followers and no viewers,
yeah.
it's not going to help you grow.
I mean, I'm still convinced that if I stopped making content right now, like my Twitch would slowly die because the amount of people it is interesting to see the amount of people that come in now and are like, "Hey, you're that TikTok guy, aren't you? Like you were on my recommended," and I'm just like, "Yeah, that's me." But if I stopped being the TikTok guy, then are they gonna come follow seeing me? Like it's just interesting because people think
Exactly.
that, and I've seen creators do that too. They get big on like, or they start to grow on TikTok or YouTube or something, and then they kind of transfer it over to their Twitch, but then they kind of dial back the YouTube and the TikTok or whatever, and you see like it hurts them on Twitch too, and it's like that's what makes this industry so competitive and stuff like that is that it's not like you get to a certain point and all of a sudden you can just stop and you're set now. Like,
Mhm.
and I know
You stop. Yeah.
Ninja was kind of known for his drive. Like he was taking his setup, on vacation into hotels with them during like TwitchCon and so like that guy never stopped streaming when he was growing as fast as he was. And like you don't hear about that stuff anymore and like look, you see like whether it's he feels like he doesn't, I mean, I'm sure if I made as much as he did, I'd felt like, I could kind of breathe a little for sure and not be so stressed out about making the content and putting stuff out. But I mean, no matter what, he's always going to be Ninja. And everybody's always going to
Yeah.
know his name. So
Yeah.
that's a different case, but the way I look at it is, people are like, "Oh, dude, like that's so cool you've come so far." And I'm like, "Dude, I'm just getting started." Cuz like I to me it's like, you put in just as much effort now as you did before, if not more, because every day when you wake up, you got to be thankful for where you're at, and everybody has to start somewhere. But I mean, I
Exactly,
think
man.
Ludwig, the content creator that I told you about, he's the one who's doing the never ending stream right now. I don't know if you've heard about that.
Oh yeah, is that the one
Yeah,
on?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
like
I've seen that. Then.
yeah, and he made a video and it was like how to become a successful streamer. And one of his first tip was like, if you want to be a streamer like me, you have to be better than me because every time somebody gets big like that, they have to set a different standard.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think people look at it that way, you know.
No, there's always gonna be someone who's better than you at something,
Yeah.
and like there, even like you look at athletes, right? You look at the top athletes. There's someone somewhere who's better. They just
Yeah.
haven't been discovered yet.
There's a new
And
steroid.
once
It's
I'm on Twitch steroids, like that's what it is. Like there's always someone who is better than you. There's always someone who has more compete level, more drive than you, that knows more than you, no matter what it is. And yeah, it's
yeah.
great to have the confidence and be able to say, I'm the best person at this. There's no one better than me. But in
Yeah.
reality, you can't think like that. You can, but you also have to be careful of, there is someone who's better than me at this. There is someone who can do my job better and will be able to do it for a longer period of time than I. It's like all these different factors, right? So that's the way you got to think, especially in, you said, this industry, because it's so competitive, number one, and it's so ever changing.
Mm-hmm.
Every time something, you have to be up to date with the trends. You have to be up to date with the technology. You have to be able to also adapt to anything that comes your way in that thing. It's not the same thing every day. There's a new trend on TikTok. So you have to be ready for, everyone to adapt that, and then you have to kind of
Yeah.
work it into your content a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I mean, the other thing is, you have to understand that when you look at like the big TikTokers, those are the ones sometimes setting the trends, or making those. I mean, I see so many people get pissed off on TikTok. They're like, wow, so and so did this and they got way more views than me. They stole my idea. And it's like, well, you got to realize that like TikTok is people doing what's trending, and what makes
Mm-hmm.
it trend more is when somebody bigger does that trend, and it's just kind of, it snowballs, and then everybody's doing it, and then all of a
Yeah,
sudden that's old. And I mean, you see the people who, like, I've seen it where like I see a trend and I'm like, I gotta jump on this now because in a couple days like everybody's gonna be doing it and everybody's gonna be tired of it, or just don't do trends at all. Because
exactly.
at first I did
Yeah,
trends and I just got tired of trying to incorporate a trend into what I do because it's a lot of work to do that, you know.
it is,
Especially,
and you also
yeah.
want to like, yeah. I'm at the point. I'm at the mindset where like, okay, how can I do this but make it different?
Mm-hmm.
It's hard sometimes, man. It's
Oh
hard when
yeah.
you're thinking like the trend is so cut and dry. Like I did my first trend, I think like last week with the psychedelic clown thing. I did that.
Yeah, I saw that.
Um, yeah, because I was like, I thought it was funny, but there's a few I like never get tired of, like the orange suit guy. Have you seen that one?
Yeah, I was just on
The
Jeopardy
one
with
where they,
him. I was on Twitch Jeopardy with
oh
him.
yeah,
Yeah, he was on the opposing team.
he did. Oh, he like his videos make me laugh every single time. Brad Easy makes me laugh every single
He was
time.
on the team with him.
You know, was he?
Yeah,
Oh my
we were
god,
on a team
this is like
together.
people just loving my for you page. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Brad's a good dude. I played COD with him once. I think he was mad because I wasn't as sweaty as him and Stoney
Uh,
were. But I mean, every single time I see
bro,
his
I
TikToks, like,
I love Stony. Like I love him. But like I play during my 24-hour stream, I play with him. I was like, Stony, relax, bro. Like, cause he just gets so pissed off. Like,
oh my, so I played with him and Ben or the other day, and like Ben's funny. He's really funny.
Oh, I
He's one of
love
my
Ben.
favorites. He's just so creative. But
Yeah.
Stoney, like I love Stoney so much, and like, but he's like, I can't play this game anymore, guys. I can't do it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
how do you let yourself in that mindset where it's like you just ruins your day playing that game? Like, just have like,
That's
Stoney,
why
just
I
relax.
switch games all the time. I'm like, guys,
Yeah,
I can't play Fortnite anymore. I'm done with it for today. Let's go play
yeah,
Rainbow Six or Valorant or.
yeah. I know Stoney just takes it so seriously, and then he gets fired up about his chat, and
It,
there's
it
like
makes
seven
it makes me
thousand things
laugh.
going on.
Yeah, it makes me laugh sometimes, but then other
Yeah,
times I'm like, bro, like it's just it. I'm trying not to be like, bro, like stop. I'm trying, like he just gets mad, dude.
yeah.
But
I was
that's
playing with
Stony,
him, and
man.
like,
That's Stony.
yeah, and also his lobby. Like, if you play his
Oh
lobbies
my
are
god, dude.
ridiculous, dude.
I feel I,
Ridiculous.
I feel like he should almost just make another account because it's just he gets sniped from across the map. There's nothing you can do,
Like,
man. He can't see you.
you land. He's like, we're going to Superstore. I'm like, no. I love landing
Yeah,
at Superstore, but not with you. And then we go in like this back entrance where like there's one door, and if you don't get a gun in 4 seconds, you're dead. And then he's so Tony, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm trying to just walk 4 feet without dying. And
I
he's
haven't
like,
played.
you
I
gotta put
haven't
me little
played in
guys
his
there.
lobbies. He played him. I was like, "Hey, come play in mine. I got the bot lobbies." But then he's like, "Oh, this is too
Yeah.
slow. Like, there's this and that." And I'm like, "Bro, like, what you want to go back to yours?" And he's like, "Well, like, I don't know, man. like, because you go to his lobby
But
and it's ridiculous. But you go to mine and it's like almost, I don't know. I'll have some games where it's like, dude, everybody's just camping. Like, you can't, there's nothing you could do. Just you have to get a bounty, go find them, but they're sitting there waiting for you. Like they almost they're waiting for somebody to get a bounty at that point. But then like, yeah, I'll have one match where it's like I land and there's 10 teams there and they just like you can't do nothing. I got mad at my
yeah,
teammates this
Stone,
morning. I was like, "You guys suck." I
yeah.
was like, "You guys gotta come get me, dude. I saved your asses." And then a dude just camping in the corner
Yeah.
just kills me, dude.
Yeah,
He's rushing
it's
me. I was
like,
I was so mad.
yeah, dude, man, I love Stoney. He's so funny. He's so creative that stuff. But
I love his
and like
persona.
it's part of like it. Oh, for sure, and it's part of his thing too, where he's like that's like his persona. He just gets mad. Like
Yeah.
he's an intense gamer. He's an intense game. Like I think his bio is like, "I game, I win" or something like that. And like
Yeah.
it's him. Like it's so funny.
When
It's so funny to watch him do all this stuff.
when his voice kind of raises, he's like, "Come on, guys! Like, what are you know?" Like, "Uh-oh, here it comes."
Yeah, you know, like 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 when you and I like we play and like stuff like that's happening, we're always smiling. Like we're like, "Oh, come on!" Like, and you're like, "Bro," and doing all that stuff. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is ridiculous, man. I like so I've been playing. I do customs once a week, and it's fun. It
Yeah.
really is fun doing customs, because it's a way to get the whole community involved and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But like, there are people who come in and now they're like, I was playing with a hacker yesterday, like in my custom lobby. It's like,
Oh
what are you
yeah,
doing
yeah, no.
hacking in a custom lobby?
Stony literally couldn't
Is that
play because he would
yeah,
start one up and like he would block somebody, but they would just come in on another account, hack it, just ruin it for
yeah.
everybody else. You
And
know.
like, that's the thing. Like, it takes one. Like, I would love to be able to do like fun games on customs.
I
Like
try.
there are a lot of people who do like really fun things, right? Like, hey, we're only going to use fists. Like that's fun.
Yeah.
Like that's different, you know. But there's always someone who comes in and it's like,
With an
we're going to just do
RPD, just starts mowing everybody down. Yeah.
it. Yeah.
They just want to
Like
watch the world
dunks.
burn.
Yeah, dunks is really funny ones of like he has customs where people like it really funny. Like he had one
Bro, I
where
think
like
I've played Warzone with Dunks, but I don't know. I didn't know he was a TikToker. I'm pretty
yeah,
sure I played with him the
uh,
other day. He's like, "Hey, can I join in?" I was
yeah,
like, "Sure, man."
he's a
Or maybe it was
he's yeah he has
Rainbow.
yeah, Dunks does he has the cousin Bill persona. I don't know if you've seen that one. He has like a denim jacket with a cowboy hat on.
That's Dunks.
That's Dunks.
Oh, I don't know if I played with him or not. Like somebody might have just had the same name, but I know who he is. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's funny.
But
His
yeah,
TikToks
he
are
does all that.
interesting.
All yeah, yeah. But like he knows exactly what he knows it's gonna work. Like he put it out there and just it gets a million views. But he does like customs where like he'll film TikToks and like someone will be like he's like, all right, everyone go hide out in the hangar. And like we had one he posted. I was like hanging out with him and he told like his boy like he's like you're not for the boys, man. He goes, no, I hate the boys. And then like, Dunks whistled and like all 100 people came out of the hangar running after this guy.
That's funny.
It was so funny. Like if you're really creative about that stuff, like that's really cool. Like Ben does great ones too. Like where it's like
Yeah.
everyone line up in a line. I'm gonna run you over the bird. That's really funny. Like that stuff.
Yeah.
But like again, you have to have a community that's gonna be like, I'll do whatever you need, whatever you need, whatever you need. And I'm not there yet, but like that's why we have hackers and stuff in my lobby. But whatever, you know.
Yeah. I've watched Jordy make TikToks live on stream before, and there's always like one guy who tries to ruin it.
Yeah,
You know.
it's just yeah, it's just stupid. Like what and what do you want? Like what are you trying to get out of it? Ruining it? Like
They
what the
just
respect
like
of the stream?
I don't know.
Like
I guess there's just people out there who get satisfaction of watching the world burn, man. You know, just
some men just want to watch the world.
messing stuff up. Yeah. But
Exactly, man. It's wild. Dude.
I'll when I do customs, I'll do cars and fists only. So it's like you're either like demolition derby or like you hop out and fight like men, right? That's what I always say. I'm like, get out, fight me like a man. You know, I'm like hitting the car, like get out.
Yeah,
But
that's
like,
fun though. Like that makes. I might do one of
yeah,
those.
it's hard though because there's always one guy who like drops a helicopter on you or something. So I had to ban helicopters.
Yeah,
Like no helicopters. If I see a helicopter, I'm shooting it out of the sky. Is what I said. Like so,
yeah,
so I'll
yeah.
like carry an RPG around sometimes. Cause I'm like I know I hear a helicopter, so I'll like grab one. I have a class too. I like a loadout class. It's like a LMG or a rocket launcher or whatever. I think there's a default one
Just
like
for
that too.
taking down helicopter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then they'll be like, dude, why'd you?
that's
I thought it
funny.
was vehicles only. It's like, I said no helos. You know, dude, I kill
Yeah,
people, and they're like, or I'll tell everybody, hey, kill that guy, because like like that guy's using a gun, and everybody just swarms him, like dog piles him, and then like they'll come back later and like just stand out there, and I'll run them over like, sorry, I didn't know it was cars only. You know, like oh, it's all right, man. Like, but Now you know.
Now you know
So
it's. I wish I had more people consistently playing custom so I can do that stuff.
it's
But right
hard,
now I'm
even
like
for
at the
me.
point where it's like I'm teetering around 23, 24 people, 25 people at the most. So if I drive people away right now with it, then we won't have enough people to actually play, which is
Yeah.
like the dumbest thing. Like
But I'm always down
I
to
should be able
like combine lobbies with people.
yeah, absolutely.
I've
Yeah.
done that with
Like
Sony.
I was playing Bianca Kills, who I was combining with her last night. She's awesome. So we were doing that and um but like I banned Riot Shields. Like Riot Shields is the one thing I banned because
Yeah.
there's like a team. I was playing a couple weeks ago. There's a team of tree people, and all they're doing were running around. They're all with the Riot Shield. I was like, it's not fun. Like that's not fun for anyone. Like we see it enough in the game as it usually is. Like
Hmm.
that's why it's. But again, like I got to just make sure like I have enough people to play a customs games first before like actually
Yeah.
going around into it.
Well, my issue right now is like my friends list is full, and even if I clear some people on my friends list, my friend requests is backed up. So like I have to sit there for like 20 minutes and just hit delete, 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 delete for the friend requests. And so
Mm-hmm.
like that's why right now I stream Monday through Saturday, but I've been talking about starting April going to a 5-day stream schedule. And so Saturdays would be kind of like my day to like get stuff done, like, get ahead on YouTube videos, clear out my friends list. Cause there's always people coming and going and they take a spot and then you never see them again. So I got all these like
Yeah.
people that never join my customs that are just on my friends list taking up spots. Um, and stuff like that, get ahead on TikTok so that
Yeah.
because my main thing is Sundays I try to spend with family because I do, that's the one thing like I don't. I'm assuming you're a single dude, but like I try not to neglect my family. Obviously, I gotta spend time with them, and that's
Yeah.
why I incorporated
You
them into
gotta
my content. Is because I'm like I could still spend time with them while I'm working. You know,
exactly. And that's that. I mean, I talked about that with you earlier. That's great that you do that. And I
it's
started
hard though.
police chase or something. That's all.
Yeah. Where do
Hope they're
you?
not getting me.
What state do you live in?
New York, New
New
York.
York. Okay.
Yeah, but I also like right across the street from a hospital too.
Oh,
So
okay. It's probably
a
an
lot of times
ambulance.
they're rushing. They're Russian people, but that sounded more like a. I don't know. I can't distinguish the two anymore. I just know that as long as I'm not involved, we're good. Um,
Here,
so
FBI, open up. The door just
yeah, waiting to get swatted at
live
some
on the
point.
on the podcast. Yeah. As you're getting arrested,
What
Tony, do I have permission to post this? Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Tell him all my story. Tell him all my story.
yeah,
Let him
tell
know.
him, yeah,
Free,
free my
free Tony.
boy.
Yeah. What were we talking about? I forgot exactly what the question was. What were we just discussing?
I was talking about how I incorporated my family into my content.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah,
So, I used to stream every single day. I used to because
yeah.
I was
I
like,
tried that
I'm
for a
bored.
while.
Yeah, it's like
It's
it's
hard.
exhausting, man.
Oh yeah.
Especially like the way I stream. I stream at night. I was like, "Oh, why do you stream so late?" I was like, I like playing with like I have friends who I like playing with off stream. That's what it is. So, and my friends because they're from all over. I have friends from in Las Vegas, in Chicago. We don't get to see each other a lot. So like, I'll play with them from, when they're done with all their family time and stuff, from like 10 o'clock to like midnight. That's the time I get to spend with my friends. You know what I mean? Especially
Yeah,
now during the whole pandemic and stuff because they're all back to work and doing all that stuff. So, for me, it's like that's why I stream late. But I've been trying to kind of incorporate afternoon streams too, but I don't want to like 2 streams a day, man.
I
It's a lot.
I've tried a lot of stuff,
It's
and two a day is rough. It's like working out twice a day. Like your body can only
yeah,
take so much, man.
exactly. And
Before
my
you get burnt
sleep
out.
schedule is so messed up right now, man.
Mine's
So
all
messed
over the
up.
place, dude.
Like, dude, like I don't stream until 12:30 at night,
Yeah.
and then I'm done at 3:34 in the morning,
Uh
depending
huh.
on how well the stream goes. And then from there, like you're still fired up a little bit. You're like, okay, I
Hmm.
can still like crank out of things, or like I'm still in very like a creative mode. So what I'll do is I'll find some clips real quick. I'll edit them. I'll get right into the editing thing
Yeah.
because when I want to edit something, I'm like I get into like the mood where I'm like I'm not stopping until I'm done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's the way I am when I edit stuff. So like I'll find myself like I'll look at like out my window and I'm like, oh, the sun's out.
Yeah. No, I like last night I got into the zone of like getting this YouTube video done, And so I'll sit there and like I'm listening to that while also kind of listening to Jordy like quieter and stuff like that. But then like Jordy, I'll say something and Jordy will respond, and I'm like, oh, well, I gotta go back and listen to this little section again to make sure I didn't miss anything. And then and so next thing you know, it's
Yeah.
3 in the morning. But like to me, it's like no matter what, I'm still working because like I'm interacting with people. Like maybe you're in the chat and I say what's up, and people are always dropping by, and um, so like it's still work to me. But I'm definitely in this cycle because I do morning stream and then day stream. So like today I
Mhm.
streamed at like 6 a.m. Pacific. Well, I was supposed to, but I stayed up so late last night working on that video that I like started an hour late. But I still go for the same amount of time. I ended an hour later. But um,
Yeah.
I'll do like
And the-
today's morning, and then tomorrow I stream at like 1 p.m. Pacific, so in the afternoon for 4 hours. So what I'm gonna do is I think starting April, I'm gonna do 5 days a week because I stream for 4 hours right now. I'm gonna do 6 hour streams, so I'm actually streaming 6 hours more than I am right now, but it's Monday through Friday, and then Saturdays are reserved for like special stuff like 12-hour charity streams or 24
yeah.
hour
And
celebration
it gives you
streams.
your weekends back.
Yeah, but
So this
like, the
way,
way I look at it is I have
if you
more
do
time to
have
work on Saturday. I have more time to
yeah,
work.
yeah, but at the same time, it's like if something does come up on a weekend or something like that,
Yeah, it's not the end of the world
you
anymore.
have
Yeah.
exactly you have an ability to do that. And for you, if like you're working for yourself and for Elevate in that sense where it's like you have the flexibility to be able to
Hmm.
put things off,
Yeah.
even though you don't want to put things off because your drive's not
Yeah.
like that. But like, say you have to go somewhere for the weekend or something comes up, you have that ability where like, okay, guys, I'm not canceling everything. And that's why I used to do every night. But then I'm like, you know what? And then there's one day I was like, I got to pick a day where I don't stream. I got to pick one because it's
Yeah.
too much. So I picked Saturday nights because it's like there's so much going on Saturday nights. Everyone's either it's weird because like there's so many people on Twitch doing the same thing. There's also so many people not on Twitch because there's stuff going on Saturday nights. And I was
Yeah.
like, you know what? I want to be able to have some sort of freedom to kind of do kind of whatever. So I'm like, right, Saturday is gonna be the day where I don't do anything. Do I find myself playing video games Saturday night? Yeah. Am I streaming? No. Is it way more, you know, therapeutic and way more, just being able to, step away and not have to entertain people at night? It's great. Like it's a great like just detox for a day.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
And
it's
I do
important to
want to
have.
I do want to try more. I do want to try more day streams though.
Yeah. No, I like it a lot because I kind of get like two sides of the world. Like my morning streams, I hit more of the people in Europe. Like there are people coming to like, hey man, just stopping by to say hi from Ireland and stuff like that. And like I don't get those in the afternoon streams as much. Or if I do, they're like, I'm going to bed. I gotta get sleep. But in the morning streams, they can stick around. But I right now I stream, um, 6 to 10 a.m. Pacific. I'm not Pacific time zone. I'm Central, but I feel like it's easier for people to add
Mhm.
time in the U.S. than it is to like subtract and like have to figure out, and like everything's
Yeah,
just PST. Because that's where I was when I started too. So like I feel like people didn't notice that.
yeah,
Like there's people who are like, wait, you moved already? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, oh, well, you still stream at PST? And I'm like, yeah. Just for me, it's an hour later. And they're like, that blows their mind.
mhm.
Like they're like, that's kind of smart. And I'm like, that's why I did it. It seemed like people wouldn't have as much of an issue
It,
adjusting. So
yeah. It's funny too because like I've watched like because by the time I go to bed, um, by the time I go to bed, it's like the Australian streamers are on.
yeah, Jonesy
And
and all those
yeah,
guys. Yeah,
so I follow a few of those guys, a little of the smaller streamers in Australia, and like that's one of the things I'll watch that as I'm editing. I'll watch like
yeah,
there's a guy Red Maniac I like, Shawnee B26 who I like, um, Lunch 13, the Italian streamer. He's funny. He's from I think New Zealand or Australia, but he's funny.
okay,
So I'll go into those guys' streams and I'll be like, yeah, I'm about to go to bed, and you guys are, it's like 9 in the morning, whatever it
yeah,
is
just getting
there.
started.
Yeah, but it's like the same thing. It's like if someone from Ireland or someone is watching your stream, and it's like that's where I am now in terms of when I
Yeah,
go to bed.
yeah.
But
So I think what I'm gonna do, because I've noticed like sometimes the morning streams are crazy. Like I've had morning streams do crazier than the afternoon stream the next day as far as like viewers, like bits, subs, all that stuff. So, but I do more often than not see that the afternoon streams, since more of the people in the US are gonna watch during those ones. Those ones do better. So I think because right now I do mornings Monday, Wednesday, Friday, afternoons Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. I think I'm gonna flip them, which is gonna be kind of interesting because I think it's gonna kind of definitely gonna have an adjustment period. A period. I mean, where I'm gonna make it so Monday, Wednesday, Friday is 12 to 6 PST, like PM PST, and
Yeah,
then Tuesday, Thursday is gonna be morning streams.
that's
So
good though. I
it's gonna
mean,
be
like
interesting.
again,
But
you're lucky. You're lucky where you have the flexibility to do it. Too.
yeah, well, so the thing is I'm kind of in a cycle right now where like today was a morning stream, so I'm tired as hell because I stayed up late doing my usual thing, but then I got to stream earlier. Um, but like tomorrow, I know, hey, I don't have to stream till 1, so I can sleep in a little. So I'll
Yeah,
sleep till like 9 or 10. I try not to, but there's been times where I'm like, damn it, babe, why didn't you tell me to get up? And she's like, well, I'm tired too, and it's like 11. And I'm like, we got to get TikToks done. I was supposed to stream in 3 hours.
yeah. It, how's the so when you met your now wife, like obviously you weren't a full time
Yeah,
content
I was just
creator,
getting out of
like
the military when we reconnected, but we dated in high school for a couple
yeah.
years.
So how did obviously she's very supportive and all that stuff. Like, how did she kind of take the? So did you have another job right at the military, or you kind of just went right into this?
So I got out of the military to work in the film and TV industry. I had a
Mhm.
job lined up as a production assistant, but then everything really like hard shut down. And I was basically like, all right, well, I might as well use my time to do something, pursue something. And then when the time came where I got the call and they're like, hey, you want to come be a production assistant on, it was the spinoff of Blackish. I can't remember what it's called, but it was a decently sized show. And the guy was like, we start in 2 weeks, and you're the first person I called, because he was ex-military, so that's kind of our connection. And I was like, you know what? I started this social media thing, and it seems to be taking off. Like, I think I'm gonna stick with it and keep investing in that. Um, but I appreciate the opportunity. He was like, well, he's like, I respect that, man. He's like, at least you're making something out of this mess. And he's like, there's always a job here if you want it. I was like, all right.
That's awesome.
But now I'm actually looking at there's a talent agency out here. I might actually look into acting, so I think that could be an interesting way to keep
Yeah,
growing things.
and that still gives you a flexibility to do what you're still doing.
Yeah, and I mean the acting is so much different because as a production assistant, you make like 100. When you first start out, you make like $100 a day. Like they literally do like these lottery things on sets, and I don't know if anybody, I don't know if they really talk about it, but like they'll do things where um like you put in a ticket and the tickets are however much money. So somebody be like, all right, put me down for 20 tickets. It's $20. But then the whole set puts in these tickets, and whoever wins, their ticket gets called. They get the money, and they usually it's kind of respectful to split the other half with the production assistant who that day was turned to put the tickets in, because
Mhm.
they make nothing. Like I would be in trouble. I think I'd be in trouble right now if I was a production assistant, because I only had
Yeah,
so much money saved up out of the military, and I moved to New Mexico because we were looking at rent and everything, and it was like if this content creation thing doesn't take off, we're gonna be in trouble in a couple
yeah,
months. Because rent was like two
and,
grand alone. So
yeah, and for you, that's like okay, I gotta be the best version of myself I could be in terms of that. And for you, that's that's big too, like because that's an investment in yourself, man. That's like I gotta make sure I can do this. You're not falling back. Oh, let me grab a 9 to 5 job or a part time job where I know I'm gonna make money, but I'm not gonna have fun doing it. And it's gonna hold me back a little bit on my content creation stuff. But for you, we're like, okay, I'm all in on myself, and I'm bringing my family with me. So that's something that says a lot about you as a person in terms of your drive and all that stuff. But going back to what we were saying before, like you straight coming out of that, like how did what was the conversation that you had with your fiance at the time, and be like, hey, like this is what I want to do, and I know a lot of people don't think it's a real job, but to me, and I'm going to make it a real job, but she has to probably know you like as a person, be like, okay, I know Danny can do
yeah,
this.
so I think she kind of knew how hard I worked for like my job in the military because I did helicopter search and rescue, and so like I had to get qualified to not fly but be a flight mechanic because basically my job was if the
Mhm.
helicopter broke down, we land in the middle of a field or on a beach, it's my job to fix it so we can fly back to base. And so,
Mhm.
at a high coming out of high school, it's like having that much responsibility is a lot. So I think she already knew my drive as a person. Just getting into the Coast Guard because nobody knows anything about the Coast Guard. Like I think the score that you have to get on the ASVAB, which is like the test you have to take, right, to qualify for certain jobs. For the Marines, it's like 35. They were like,
Mhm.
you're not even gonna like go to MEPS for the Coast Guard unless you get a 75. So like right away, it was like this is a challenge, you know. So
Mhm.
it was always like, and my mom always reminded me because my stepfather was in the Coast Guard. He's the reason I even know about it. Um, and so like my mom was always reminding me, hey, when I was having a hard time, because I would tell her like, man, this sucks. Like I have to do this, I have to do that, and like, kind of venting, but at the same time, just, talking to my mom, she'd be like, just remember that, like there's only 3,000 people in the world that do this job, stuff like that. And so she always kept me kind of like looking at the brighter side of things. And so that's kind of rubbed off to the point where I'm always like, I'll be like, babe, I know it sucks that I'm up till 3 in the morning, but like, look how well the YouTube's doing or whatever. Like, I always remind her because we're always talking about when are we going to take a break. And
Yeah.
I need a break every once in a while, but at the same time I'm like taking a break almost gives me anxiety right now, you know?
Yeah, because what if you miss something and you come back and things aren't the same? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, but nobody knows at what point you can just take a break and then come back and like everything's fine. You're not going to lose stuff. I do feel like I'm at the stage where if I took like a couple days off, when I come back, it would almost be stronger because there's people who would like miss it. Um, but like to me, I got so much momentum going that I'm afraid to like mess it up. So
yeah.
we're
I
definitely
understand.
thinking down the road, like what maybe during the summer we'll go to Disney World or something if things are open. But I'm like, I'm just gonna make content out of it. That's the beauty of like having more family oriented style of content. So, um,
Yeah, like I mean, how many of your followers would love to see Little Man, ripping it up at Disney? Like
yeah, for
that's
the first time, yeah,
you know,
yeah, no, it's
rating the cheeseburgers at Disney,
yeah,
each
yeah,
different
yeah.
place.
For him, it's just all of them are
Yeah.
yummy. So,
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's but
I
yeah,
mean, we
man.
did
Like
like the
that's
chicken. We did the chicken sandwich versus cheeseburger one the other night. They're like a week and a
yeah.
half ago or something like that. And that blew up. Like I'm just like it's amazing the type of content that I'm able to do. I'm not really locked into a
He
niche too much anymore. You
he's
know.
he's so good too, Little Man. Like with like he's just like smiling all the time and like he's in the bit and he loves it. Like that's another thing that really works with it. Like
I try so hard not to like just shove the camera in his face all the time because people will get mad to like yeah, bring little man in here. I'm like, guys, little man's being little man right now. I'm not gonna drag him in
yeah.
here. He's not a circus animal. If he wants to say
Yeah.
hi, he'll say
He's not
hi.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And plus you don't want to like was he 3 4?
Yeah, he'll be turning 4 in May.
So like he's still young and he's at the point where you don't want to put him like that. Like,
Yeah.
always have it's a it, childhood's weird. Like what did I had this question for you, like, and I have this question for a lot of people who end up becoming content creators and stuff like that. Like, what did you want to be when you were a kid? Like, what was your dream job like growing up?
When I was okay, so it's definitely changed. Now I feel like it changes for everybody. When I was a little kid, I wanted to go look for mummies in Egypt, man. That's what I wanted to
Oh
do.
yeah.
So I was pretty ambitious to begin with, but I think once I discovered how much I loved film and TV, because like that, if I don't know how much you're into film and TV, I know you
Yeah.
talked about
I
like
mean,
the movie stories. I could talk about. I think who was it? It might have been Stony Stark. There was a couple other people. I could literally do a whole nother podcast just on movies and TV. Like no problem. I could talk for 8 hours, a day about that stuff. Which I've thought about, like like making more content that has to do with that.
yeah.
So like once I saw like everybody's like, oh, Steven Spielberg made a movie, like it's gonna be good, stuff like that, and I saw how much weight a director has. That's always been what I wanted to do. And so like content creation for me is like I'm the actor, the the I have to come up with the idea, I'm the writer, I'm the director, all of it. And so it makes me happy to be doing this. Like I feel free. I feel like I'm doing what I like doing.
Yeah.
It's work to an extent, you know,
Mhm.
but at the same time I feel like,
Yeah. And
I get to be creative.
it's a combination
So,
of like things you've always wanted to do too.
mhm. Yeah.
Which, like as you mentioned, you're the actor, you're the producer, you're the director, you do all that stuff yourself. And like dude, man, when I was growing up, I wanted to be in film and TV. I thought I wanted to edit
Yeah.
movies my whole life until I realized like editing kind of sucks, but
Well,
you gotta really,
yeah, I
really love it.
mean,
But
I've watched, I've met people who are pursuing acting careers and stuff like that, and I see like just how brutal it is to like go to 50 auditions and just get nothing but no's, hoping that like, tomorrow is going to be that one yes that I finally get.
yeah,
And so like I've always steered away from wanting to act, but then now like I mean, I'll be honest, like some of my TikToks I am like, I have an idea, but I got to act it out, and sometimes it's more
yeah,
obvious than other times, but like I think my TikToks do well because I put so much time and effort into making them as good as I can, quality wise. Like I'd be like, I looked away from the camera that time and it just kind of like, the ending doesn't happen well. Or like, like today, everybody wants me to dye my hair pink. My wife dyed her hair pink. And so they got this idea that I'm going to do it. And I was like, I'm not doing that. So I was like, all right, I'll make a deal. If we hit 50K on YouTube by the end of the month, because we're at 33.6. That's why I apologize. I've been checking my phone because I'm kind of keeping an eye on it. I was like, I will dye my hair, and I'm not gonna like half-ass it, where it's gonna wash out in a week. Like I will straight up dye it. And then she's like, well, you're gonna have to bleach it, right? And I was like, and so that was the way that it ended. And it's like,
yeah,
and then here's all these comments like his face at the end. It's
yeah.
stuff like that that
It is.
yeah,
It,
tweak things as I go. Yeah.
it's funny because when I was younger, I was like, I want to act. Like I always wanted to act and do all that stuff, which I guess I mean it's kind of what I'm doing now. But like I wanted to do it. I wanted to get into entertainment. I love entertaining people. I love I always wanted to do something in that field.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought I wanted to definitely be in film and TV and do something along that, but I just and never had the drive to write things. And I've written like my best friend growing up, still is my best friend to this day since first grade. He's in film and TV. He works, he's an assistant on one of the big syndicated TV shows on network TV. And he went to NYU. He did all the stuff, the way he did it. He worked at an agency for a while, and now he has a job, working on for network TV. And just like the things that he'll talk about with me, I'm like, I don't know if I could have went through all that stuff in terms of that. And I mean, I
Yeah.
noticed it when I was in high school. We had a class for video production, and I mean, I thought it was like I was good at it, but I don't know. I just kind of lost the drive for it. I was like, I don't know if this is what I want to do. So then I pursued broadcasting for a while and fell in love with that. And obviously, in sports, which was my other thing that I loved. And I was able to have a career on that until the pandemic started. And then now I'm doing this. And I mean, it's kind of weird how all the things that you enjoy growing up and have a passion for, and it all obviously all changes the ups and downs of it. But now, we you found something where you're able to combine everything and put it all into one. And now I'm able to kind of combine everything I love and put it into one. It's just kind of what you make of it. And dude, man, like I love movies and film and TV, that type of stuff. So if you ever make a podcast about that, man, I don't know. I watch a lot of movies.
I would
Um,
the way that I am about it is like if I was gonna do a podcast about that stuff, I have to have somebody consistently to like talk to. Be like, all right, let's talk about like that
like
episode of
reviews and stuff.
Falcon and Winter. Yeah, not reviews, but kind of just like chatting about it. But like obviously,
Yeah.
like this week, Snyder Cut, Falcon and Winter
Mhm.
Soldier. It also gives me an excuse to like watch TV and stuff. So, because that's my biggest
Exactly,
issue
man.
is I can't relax if I feel like I'm not doing something productive. Like I always feel bad
Mhm.
about it later. Like, damn, babe, we did. I don't know if we should have watched 3 episodes of True Blood last night before bed. I probably should have gotten more sleep, you know. But I like
Yeah,
escaping every once in a while, you know. Kind of just it distracts me from the
yeah.
stress. So
I watch a lot of game shows. That's my thing. I'm a game show
okay,
watcher. I watch. I have to make sure that I'm like not doing anything at. It's on 7:30 here. Jeopardy. I watch every single night. Um, when
that's
it's
funny.
live because I don't have a DVR, so I watch that. I watch it every. I've watched Jeopardy consistently to the best of my ability of watching when it's on
Yeah,
for probably at least 10 years.
yeah,
It's just I love it. I like all like I love music. Music is like one of my favorite things in the world. So I'll watch like Name That Tune or Beat Shazam or something like that. Those are like my those that's my niche. Like
yeah.
in like if I was ever on a show like Name That Tune, I'd win. Like I'm so confident in that. I don't know why. I just but I love game shows and stuff like that. So I mean that's like my little area. So
Yeah,
but dude, like I used to my buddy who works for network TV now, we used to go and watch every single Oscar nominated or we know it was going to be nominated movie. We used to find
yeah,
because growing up in New York and he went to school in the city, so we are able to go to like these little theaters that were showing all these things. It would just be like him and I in this movie theater watching. One of my favorite movie of all time is The Place Beyond the Pines. I don't know if you've seen that.
it's a good movie.
Yeah, I don't know why I love it so much, but I just
So
remember we were
I want to talk about it. That's the thing. Is like right away I want to talk about it. You know.
let's talk about it.
Um,
No, I feel like most people have not even seen it or heard of it.
it's definitely like a more of like an art film. So,
Yeah,
uh,
I love.
I like Ryan Gosling as an
Mhm.
actor, as a person. I think he's a cool dude, and like Drive. I think my favorite movie is Blade Runner 2049. He's in that.
Yeah,
I don't know if you've seen that one.
I have. Yeah,
Yeah, and then so Drive was like my favorite movie for the longest time because I thought he was just such a badass in that movie. And so when I watched The Place Beyond the Pines and then I realized that like what like 30 40 minutes into it he gets killed off, I was like, no dude, he's like the best part of the movie, like him and the bank robbing and all that stuff, you know. But then like
yeah,
it was an interesting film as far as like, you know, going the way
yeah.
that it did. I didn't expect it to go that way. I was pissed off the first time I
I
saw it, but then I
liked
watched
how.
it again and I was like, I like it, it's a good movie.
Yeah, I like how it's three different parts.
Hmm.
It's a it's a true 3 act movie.
Yeah.
I think it's very well acted. The
Bradley
story I think
Cooper.
is very good. Yeah, Bradley Cooper's great in it. Then you have Dane DeHaan. Like no one knew who Dane DeHaan was until he was in that.
Hmm.
And then I like how it all kind of ties together. There's so many different things that go on, and I don't know. I love it. I like everything about it. It's just the story. I don't know. It's always been one of those things for me. And it's a long movie, man. It's like
Oh yeah, it's
three
a long one.
hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
I
think
love the vibe of it though.
yeah, the vibe of that's great. I like what was the one the one that was made over 12 years? The Richard Linklater movie,
Uh, Boy,
Boyhood.
Boyhood.
Boyhood. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Have you seen that one?
yeah. I think I own
Yeah,
it.
I yeah, I love that. I love the movie. But again, I think I like
I
it
like
from
Ethan
the
Hawke.
standpoint.
He's the reason I watched it.
I love you. I love Ethan Hawke.
Yeah.
Very underrated actor. Um, but like again, I'm sure you watch. You being enamored with film and TV from such a young age, you watch things differently. You
Hmm.
watch rather than someone, oh, let's go to the movies tonight. Let's go watch this. You're watching it differently. You're watching how, and for me too, because I was so into how movies were made and editing all that stuff. You got to look at, you got to just like the way that movie was made. I just appreciate it so much more. The fact that they filmed that movie with the same actors, same cast, the same everything for 12 years
Yeah.
and nothing went wrong in terms
Yeah.
of, I'm sure like they had their hiccups along the way, but like, you gotta
Yeah.
make sure that the actor is committed for 12 years to
Yeah.
doing that movie.
I would say
You
the
know,
my
it's
only issue with that movie is that like at the same time it is like just watching people age, you know, like and what they go through, you know, normal
Mhm.
life stuff. And I don't know. After like watching it once or twice, you're kind of like it's not as exciting anymore or interesting. because it's like that. That's the
Yeah,
style of it. It's more focused on the fact that you're watching the same people act while they age in real life, But
yeah,
very interesting movie. Yeah, I might have to go
yeah.
rewatch that one.
It's yeah. I watched it. I've seen it like twice, but I remember like the first time you watch it, I think is way better than like the second
Oh
or third
yeah,
time.
that's
It's
with like
just
every movie, I
because it's
think.
just like yeah, it's just so different. I like that one's really good. I
You
don't know.
like
I
M
just like
Night?
watching.
Do you like M Night
I
Shyamalan?
do like M Night. I do. I have to watch more. You know what? You know what movie I? It's not an M Night movie, but one of my favorite movies is. Have you seen Nightcrawler?
Oh yeah, Jake, dude, that movie's great, man. Watching him like lose his
That I think
mind.
is. It's one of my top five movies. I think for
Yeah,
sure. Like just in terms of like how well acted it is. Like
the
he's just a
ending, dude.
psychopath.
The ending
Dude,
got
it's
me. Like,
great.
yeah,
I like how Riz Ahmed is like he's like a star now. Like he's starting to like
yeah,
actually
yeah.
be in a lot of things.
Uh,
He was in
did you?
that you see the HBO miniseries with him?
Yeah, the night of.
Night
Yeah,
of? Yeah.
yeah.
That
I
was
liked
that was really
um, what's his name? The dude that's in like all the Adam Sandler movies. Can't think of
John
his name.
Turturro.
Yeah, dude, killed it in that show. He was my favorite part of it.
He was
Like in that
awesome
series, yeah.
with his scratching his feet and stuff like that.
Super underrated actor, dude.
Super,
John
yeah. But the
Turturro.
problem is like because he's in all those Adam
He's
Sandler
locked
movies, so no one
into
really
into
takes
a
him serious.
niche. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's locked
yeah.
himself into
So
a
it's like,
niche.
oh, it's the guy who he's Emilio from Mr. Deeds.
Uh,
Who's
my one of my favorite pieces of like television cinema, whatever you want to call it. First season of True Detective.
I still have to watch that because I love HBO, man. Like
Yeah,
they like everyone can talk about Netflix and what originals they put out. HBO is just it's on another world. Like they make the best TV,
yeah. Their
even though they're
standard
not
of
even
quality is just next to none, dude. Like
and like
that no
they
matter
do
what it
so many
is, they're not gonna half-ass it.
they do so many different shows too. So many
Oh
different
yeah.
shows. Like Curb Your Enthusiasm is hilarious. It's like top notch TV. Entourage was great. Succession is my favorite show of all time.
hmm
I
I
don't know if
haven't
you've
seen that
seen
one, but it
Succession.
looks good. I've there's so many
Yeah,
shows, dude. I
yeah.
don't
Like
have
I don't
time.
watch. I know I don't watch Game of Thrones
Oh,
because
don't
I got
even start.
exactly. Like I got it. Like I was like, all right, I'll give it a chance. And then I looked at like this is like 2 or 3 years ago, and I was like, I'll give it a chance. And I sat down. And I'm like, there's 10 seasons of hour-long episodes where I hear the ending's not great.
Yeah.
I'm like, do I want to learn about all the like I don't want to commit myself to this. Like, and I'm a person too where like if I know the series is gonna end, I did this with Breaking Bad. Shout out to
hmm
New Mexico, by the way. I did this with Breaking Bad, and I was like, okay, well, I know it's gonna end here. I can catch up. I can catch up. I can do it. And I watched it in like a month and a half. I
Same
watched the
here.
entire series like leading
And it
up to
was
it.
worth the
So this
payoff.
way, oh yeah, for sure. Like that was
Yeah.
an unbelievable show. I watched it so I was caught up by the end of the second because
Yep.
they split up the last season in two
Yeah.
parts.
Yeah. I did
So
the
I was
exact same
caught up
thing.
by the time I got it. Yeah.
How old are
And
you,
then
by
I
the
was like
way? Just out of curiosity.
27.
Okay,
27.
so I'm 25. I just turned 25, so we're
Yeah.
pretty similar in age, close in
Yeah.
age.
So I was like I just turned 27 last month. So I was like um I was caught up. But then I was like, how do people watch this show week to week?
Breaking Bad.
Yeah, like
That's how I am.
how do
Like
people wait?
I like so me and my wife were watching True Blood because she was watching like Vampire Diaries or something. She
Mhm.
can kind of watch like whatever, and to me it's like I've spoiled myself with certain movies and shows that like if something is super low budget or not well acted, I'm just like I can't watch this, dude. Like I'm a snob.
Yeah,
And so
you're a
she's watching
snob.
Vampire Diaries, and I had a buddy, or I was watching PKA, that podcast. I don't know if you ever heard of that. Um,
I think I've heard of it. I never watched it.
so Kyle, who is FPS Russia. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. He was like the guy who did the Russian accent and like blew up stuff on YouTube, just made a ton of money,
Yeah,
and like now
yeah,
he
yeah.
just does whatever he wants. And
Mhm.
he's on that podcast, and he is a super nerd about like movies and TV. So when he recommends something, I'm like, that's worth checking out. And True Blood was one of those things where he was like, it's really good, but it went 2 seasons too long, but it's still worth watching. So I was like, babe, you want to watch a real vampire show? Let's go watch True Blood. And so, but her issue is like, I'll be like, all right, it's time to go to bed. She's like, no, I have to know what happens because like every episode's a cliffhanger, you know? So
that way too. I'm the
yeah.
same.
And she's like, well, let's just watch the
I'm the
first
same.
5 minutes, and it always ends up being like the whole thing or
You
half of
can't watch.
it,
What
or
are you doing? Watching? So
you can't.
so
You
so
just
she
have to
she's
pause
going
it.
from not watching the episode to like watching the first 5 minutes. Like no, like
Yeah, I know.
I'm the same way.
I have to put my foot down.
I have to keep watching. I'm a like
Yeah,
I'm a keep watching person. Like I watched was it Haunting of Hill House on Netflix.
I tried to start that one, but it just didn't grab me.
Yeah, it's it's a limited series, but at the same time, it's like it takes a while to get to where they want to go. Like it's very well done. I like the story of
Yeah,
it. I like scary stuff too, so that dragged me into it. But I think I watched that in one night because
yeah,
I'm like a person who's like, "Oh, I gotta finish this. I gotta know what happens. This way I'm done with it, and I don't have to I can start something new. But I'm like a person where like I'll like I think I stayed up like on a work night once. I was
dude.
like I went to bed.
So Stranger Things, you
Mhm.
into that? So like
Yep.
when this I watched the first season like as soon as it came out because like this looks good. I like dig what they're doing here, especially after being like I watched Drive, which has kind of got an '80s feel to it. I don't know if you've seen that
Mhm.
one.
Yeah.
Um, and so like I kind of got into like the '80s vibe for a while, so I was kind of like ahead of that. I was like, this is like set in the '80s. This is probably gonna be cool if they do it right. And then so I told my parents about it, and they watch it because they take advice from what I recommend. My mom's always like, "Is it worth seeing at the movies? Like is it worth like
Yeah.
going to the
Yeah.
movies for?" Uh, but like I was like, "This show's really good. Like I see it like going somewhere." And sure thing, like a couple weeks after that, like it just blew up. And then when the second season came out, I was living alone, and I had just turned 21, I think. So I just got drunk and watched like the whole second season in one sitting. It totally screwed up my like sleep schedule. I was so tired at work like the next couple days, but because I think it
Yes.
came out on a Friday night or something. So
Yeah, Stranger Things it's awesome. Like you're behind me on the time zone, but like because Netflix operates on Pacific time, so
uh-huh.
if something new comes out, it's not on my Netflix until like 3 a.m.
Yeah, it came
So I
out at
can't like
midnight. So the
yeah,
sun came up and I was like, I got one episode left. Like
yeah. I've come this far. I might as well just watch the last episode.
yeah.
Like
But that's
what's another hour?
yeah. But there so the I thought the third season was really good. I think the second season is my favorite of Stranger Things because I like
Yes.
um it's been a while since I watched it. What's his face? The guy who's the bully in the first season. I feel bad for not knowing his name because I
Steve.
love his character. Yeah, Steve. So like
Steve.
his arc in the second season is awesome. Like they were I don't know how much you read into it, but he was originally supposed to be like a bully throughout the whole thing or something, and they decided
Really?
like, hey, you're doing a good job. Let's see how this dynamic works, and he's everybody's favorite
I
character
love
now.
that when they exactly and like that character like they do the character development on that show, except for what they do to Will the entire time,
Oh my god, poor kid.
is
He's just kind of
like they don't
lost.
even like develop. They don't even like develop his character. Like this is just the guy we're gonna bully for like
Yeah. Like how
16
much shit
episodes.
can happen to Will?
Um, it's like yeah, and like he gets like he's on like basically life support for the first season.
Yeah.
They do it to him again. And then his mom's
Yeah.
going nuts. But like other than like that character, like they do a really good job with like, and it's funny like when you watch it all back because I think I rewatched it before the third season came out, just because like there's been so much time passed between. It's like okay,
Yeah.
I got to remember like little details, and also the part where they forgot about that one girl who like disappeared. Um, I
Mhm.
forgot her name
Uh
in the first season.
Barbara, right? Wasn't it?
Barbara, she like
Barb.
disappeared and they
Barb,
never
yeah.
like
Everybody's like
Barb,
justice for Barb. Yeah.
yeah, because like
Lame
they
ass
could
side
never
character
like
just
clear
got
up the
killed off. Nobody cared about it.
yeah, exactly. Um, but like if you watch it back, like, it's looking from like at everything they did in that whole series. It's like, wow, they like,
Yeah.
and it's funny too because you saying that they didn't factor in Steve to really be what he is now. It's like the fact that they can write a show.
That
They
good as they
obviously wrote
go.
the full season exactly and write it as they go. Like same thing with like Breaking Bad, like because Jesse was supposed to be, I think, killed off like early
I didn't know that.
in that show.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
he wasn't. Jesse was. He was not supposed to be there. I think maybe he was supposed to get killed off sometime in the first season,
And
and then they're like,
yeah.
"Wow, okay, we like this," and then he ended up staying the whole time and
Yeah, and
basically
got his own
becoming
movie.
like Like, it's crazy. Um, but yeah, like character development on Stranger Things and the way they do everything, it's awesome. Like the vibe of that show is I think everything about that show is just like, okay, like
Yeah, I
this is fun. This is fun TV.
Stony gave me an idea, and I'm gonna try and see if I can make it happen. Um, he said because I talked to him about how so basically we were in LA. Me and my wife were like, "Hey, this is too expensive. We should move." Like it's in
Mhm.
everybody's best interest to move. I'm not doing the film and TV thing anymore. There's no reason to live out here. It's too expensive. And so we start looking at places, and I was like, what about Albuquerque? And we were like, we look at the prices of stuff, what the area's like, everything there, and we were kind of on the fence about it. And it was like, I swear, it was like a sign, dude. The next day or a few days later, because I told my parents, I was like, I think we're gonna move to Albuquerque, and they're like, really? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, all right, well, that's good for you guys, like do go on this adventure, Um, but later that night, I had to call my mom back because it was like Netflix just announced that they're going to invest $1 billion into the Albuquerque studios, and now they're saying that over the next decade, this might turn into the next Hollywood.
There you go.
I was like, boom, we're going for sure. Let's start looking for a place right now. And then they announced like Stranger Things season 5 is supposed to be filmed here. So Stoney was like, dude, you gotta just get a cameo where you're in the background eating Doritos. That's all you gotta do.
Little product placement in the back.
Yeah.
That'd
So I'm
be
like,
great.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's
I gotta
awesome.
get that. I gotta try and work it out. I gotta start. There's another guest I had on Genie Boy. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. He's still kind of
No.
starting out. He's really into film and TV, and he actually does film and TV work over in LA. And he was like, yeah, hit up this talent agency. They seem legit. So I just gotta call them and be like, hey, so I gotta
This
explain the
is what I do.
situation.
This is what I
And I want to be like, I want to be an actor, but at the same time I don't use my real name, so like I don't want to have like my headshot and everything on your website. But hopefully the numbers and
want.
everything I have can convince them like, hey, maybe this guy's worth like giving a shot. So we'll see
Yeah,
how it
can
goes.
giving Danny Dorito the brand for it, like
Well, I mean,
like
people are gonna
represent
know
him.
my name once if I actually start acting. It's just gonna come
Yeah,
out. But until that
yeah,
happens, like I don't want people just being able to like dox me right away.
exactly.
Because
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
there's people come to my stream like, I'm gonna swat you, and they get banned right away. But I'm like, one of these days, one of those guys is not gonna be joking.
Yeah, you get swatted, and
So
then they'll rip down your G Fuel wall, and then
no, yeah, live on stream. Don't touch me. I get arrested because I swing at a cop for touching my
yeah,
G Fuel. Yeah,
yeah. I got mine still. I got a
imagine
little
the G
shaker
Fuel
bottle.
sales.
Oh my god, they would probably be like, oh man, one of our top guys just got arrested, but oh, it's such great content.
Yeah, it's such great content.
It's great content. Yeah, I'm enjoying my G Fuel experience. I use
Yeah,
my
you got the
code
hype sauce, right?
Hype Sauce. Big
Yeah,
fan of that. And I
it's
got
good
to
stuff.
they're running a sale. So
Oh yeah, BOGO.
it's a
Yeah,
BOGO
everybody's
sale.
like asking me for flavor recommendations. Like they come back to like, Danny, it's sold out. What's your other one? So I'm like giving all these flavor recommendations. Like, I'm like, do you like this?
Just
Do you
buy
like
them all.
that? That's been like my conversation for the past 2 days is like giving recommendations.
Yeah.
Uh,
How'd you
for
go about like oh go ahead.
I was gonna say if you're gonna buy two, definitely get Shiny Splash for like hype sauce because it's a blueberry lemonade. Um, very
Okay.
similar but different. It's a good one though.
So
Top 10.
like it's one of the things that I would like I mean going out and putting content out there and also getting like endorsements. I mean that's got to be pretty cool in that regard. Like how did you go about is that something that just organically happened or did you go seeking it? Like what was your
So
just
my thing was like I kept seeing content creators kind of like they're like you could tell, and like I even saw people say that like it's good to have friends or whatever. Like they just had connections, and that obviously helped.
Yep.
I was always like, I want to earn it. I don't want it to be like, hey, so and so could probably hook you up with the G Fuel sponsorship, this and that. Um, but there was a certain point where it was like I've invested so much into it that maybe I should seek it a little bit and elevate the org that me and Ben are on is sponsored by them, and that was one of the things that they talked about. They're like, we could probably work something out. I was like, all right, I feel like it's time, And when G Fuel saw my numbers, they're like, "Oh yeah, this is a no brainer." So I feel like I still
Yeah,
earned it.
yeah, that's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've always been interested in that stuff because I'm like, I don't know if I have the following yet for something, like just something little, just to but I also want to make something that I use and something that I like because I don't
Mhm.
want to be the guy to, that scene from like Wayne's World where they're just like, we're not going to be a sellout to the corporate
Yeah.
and they're like eating the
Yeah.
showing the
But
Pepsi can, but I just
people
want
were
something
always
that I'm.
like, if you reached out to this company, you could get it no problem. And I'm like, I don't want to, I don't like that product as much. Like
Yeah,
I want to stand by the G Fuel. The reason I'm so hyped about it is because I love what they're doing and I love everything about it. I don't think there's anything I
yeah,
don't like about G Fuel.
yeah, and like that's why because like if you were like you're obviously genuinely you like the product and that's one thing
Oh
like
yeah,
if you didn't like
drink
the
it every
product
day.
abuse like and that people would be like okay why you're just you're whoring yourself out for like for
Yeah.
sponsorships but you're not and like that's the thing like I love Chipotle. I try to get them. I tried making a video for them. It didn't work. But I
We're
gotta be
we're
more. What's that?
we're gonna go try the new quesadilla today.
Do it. Do it.
Yeah,
Do
make a
it. Make sure
TikTok.
you order it on the app though. Make the app like do the because
Order
you
it
only
on the
get it through
app.
the app. Yeah.
Okay.
They
Oh yeah.
told me they told me I couldn't do it when I was there. Like, well, you have to make a
Oh.
whole separate purchase.
Oh yeah, baby.
Like,
That's gonna be a good TikTok. That's gonna be a good one. You can only order it on
so
the app, like
yeah, yeah. So when they sponsor you, it'll be like, hey, my buddy Tony
yeah.
gave me the
Hook up
idea.
my buddy
So
Tony. At least give him some free
give it.
gift cards.
My goal in life, it's just dumbest goal I have. Like like a couple things you want to check off when everything's all said and done.
Yeah.
It's the burrito card from Chipotle.
Yeah. For
At
me
some
it's
point,
Doritos. Obviously,
yeah,
someday. Cause like I,
yeah.
I have
It's
the
like
idea, people are like, what would your like own G Fuel flavor be, And I'm
mhm,
like, if I can get sponsored by Doritos, I'm pretty sure I can work it out to make a Baja Blast flavor, or at least inspired by Baja Blast flavor, you know, because I love Baja
yeah.
Blast.
What's your favorite Doritos flavor?
Tapatio, which people don't
Up at
expect, because I don't think you
you.
can find it everywhere. You can
Yeah,
definitely get it
like
over
I
here.
only know like the basic. My favorite Doritos combination is the sweet chili heat, so the
Oh,
purple one,
mm-hmm.
and French onion dip.
Never had that one.
No, like the just to get like a regular thing of
Oh,
French
like
onion
you.
dip.
Oh, okay. I thought you because there's
You
people
dip it.
tell me
You
about these
dip it.
flavors all the
No, no,
time. I'm like, I guess everything is a Dorito flavor somewhere. But
so you get like hell of a good French onion dip or something like that.
yeah.
Dip the sweet chili heat Doritos in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a weird combination, man, but like
No,
everyone I've
I
told about it,
I
like
believe it.
it's
I'll try it.
it's it's the greatest combination there is, man.
Um,
It's
do you
so
like
good.
do you like sour cream?
I do.
The salsa verde ones. You dip that in sour cream. For some reason, they just go really well together.
Yeah, I dude, like I would love to get like a Chipotle thing because I said like Chipotle, I spend so much money on your stuff.
Oh,
I would love not being have to do
there's
that.
been times where my
So
wife's like, "Not Chipotle again," because I will literally eat it every day if I can. Their queso, I
well,
could take a
yeah.
bath in it, dude.
Well, so it also depends on like where you are in terms of like your location for Chipotle too. Because I've noticed sometimes, depending on where you go, if it's a busier Chipotle, it's better.
I
If you
did
because
not realize that.
they
Yeah.
make things more often. Yeah. So if your Chipotle has more people in like working or they have more people going to the store, then it's a better Chipotle because the stuff's not sitting around as much.
Uh huh.
Um, because if there's more people in there constantly making
Yeah.
updating things. So but man, the quesadillas.
I
I
can't
mean,
wait. I
I
gotta
think
try
that
it.
if you're gonna get it, like, I think little man's gonna like it too. Like it
You
might be
put
his new cheeseburger.
you put whatever you put whatever meat you want on it,
Yeah,
or does it? I want carne asada on that bad boy.
get it, man. That's what I did.
Yeah. Hell
And it
yeah,
comes
dude.
with the side. You can put like rice and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think we're gonna definitely do
I'm
that tonight.
yeah. I have food to make tonight, or else I would go like now. But
Yeah.
if I
Yeah.
didn't have to cook
I mean,
tonight,
it's not cheap. It's not
no,
cheap.
it's definitely not. And that's the
Yeah.
thing. Like it's like work with me a little bit, Chipotle, because
I think I saw you
I'll
made
eat.
it. Yeah. I saw the TikTok you made. I was like, okay,
Yeah,
I respect that. He likes the Chipotle as much, probably as much as I do, if not more.
I love
So
like I'm in love with Chipotle, but Like, I mean, they're also very active on social media too. So like
Yeah.
I know that
Yeah.
they work on, and they're very good on social media. So they didn't respond to me. Everyone in the comments added Chipotle and did all this stuff for me, but it's all
Uh,
right. I'll keep trying.
I was gonna say something. I forgot what it was. Oh, Zach Dubs. Have you talked to Zach Dubs?
No, I haven't. I know
He
I think he
worked.
follows me on Twitch.
Yeah, he's a Call of Duty content creator. He worked there for like 8 years or something. So
Did
I
he?
had him on, and I was like, all right, like we were talking about Chipotle, and he was like spilling the beans. He was like, I was like, dude,
Unintended.
because I tried to make their queso at home, right? And it called for like condensed milk,
Mhm.
but I don't know if it was the brand we got or what, but it made it taste too sweet. And I was just like, it's so close, but then you get this aftertaste and it just ruins it. I was like, we failed, trying to make this queso blanco. And so I was like, bro, what's the recipe? Hook me up. And he's like, you want to know the truth? I was like, he's like, I have no idea. It comes in a bag. And I was like, oh no, dude. Like,
Yeah, dude,
but
it's crazy. I have a buddy who is a manager at Chipotle, and he's like, like all the meats are like they're sous vide, so they're cooked in a bag, and all they do is
mhm,
sear it.
yeah,
Which I was like, oh, it's really interesting because like it's like obviously all fresh, like it's made like fresh, but like and it's like stuff like that. I know how to make their rice.
like
I do
their
that at home.
cilantro lime
I can
rice.
make the white cilantro lime rice. It's
Yeah.
super easy to make. He also told me how to properly roll a burrito, which I can
Ooh.
do. And I remember in the early days of me going to Chipotle, he told me the chip bag trick, where you fold it over and then rip it, so you don't have to stick your whole hand down in the bag.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
So that
I yeah, I try to figure out how to make their queso because that's my favorite thing. Is like no matter what I get, like when I try to like lose weight because like sitting down all day, it's like all right, man, it's time to like shed some pounds. Uh, I and not only that, gyms have been closed. I used to be a huge gym rat. Like my wife's like, when are you gonna start going to the gym again? I was like, I know, like like all sad, like I was like, uh, but like it's like when I go Chipotle, it's like all right, that just means I can't get the large chips and queso. I gotta get the regular, gotta fit that in, but
moderation, yeah.
moderation.
Oh, they have like
But
cauliflower rice now, which is it's pretty good.
yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, I did
Yeah, I've been.
keto. I lost like 10 pounds recently, and that whenever we got Chipotle, I just got the cauliflower rice, and it's decent. It definitely feels like you don't get as much. Like it's not super filling, but it tastes and everything. It fills you enough.
Yeah, man, like it's weird because like I'm so used to like moving around and stuff when I'm working and stuff like that before the pandemic started. Now I'm like just sitting around, and I was like, oh, let me try to like create a hobby, and it's like cooking. I'm like, why did I do that? Because all I do, I'm like just eating all the time. And I'm like,
Yeah,
this sucks. But
I hate
I've got to.
cooking because it's so time consuming.
It is.
But
It is really time consuming. It's way easier to go to Chipotle,
yeah,
for sure. But I don't know. I know how to make like I know how to make things now. So I'm like, I could grill. I could, I was actually trying to make a TikTok yesterday of me making like a steak, the way I prepare and stuff like that. But I I I got bored.
you just got bored. Like screw it. I'm just gonna eat this damn thing.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, where's the season of the thing? They didn't. I'm like, plus like
Yeah.
there's also like the intense like cooking TikTok people
Oh
that would just
God.
like
Yeah.
that's not how you do it. It looks like shit. I'm like,
Yeah. Well,
it's
apparently
really good.
the key is to like uh be like, this is how you make this, and it's like you like breaking whatever it is open, and then you show how you cook it, and then like it's a loop. So
Yeah, it's yeah. I don't know. I don't want to get into food TikTok. I don't think. I think that would be just
yeah.
a leap that I'm not willing to take. But I am like I was talking to Stony. Stony's like he has all these ideas.
Yeah. Stoney's a
Um
smart dude. I mean, he's
yeah.
also
So
Stony for a reason, so I'm sure he gets all kinds of ideas.
yeah. So
So
I posted something yesterday because I was playing with me the other night, and there was a guy like so a few weeks ago. I I think my game lagged or something. Like a door opened in front of me in the game,
yeah.
and I was like, "Oh, there's a ghost chat. You guys see the ghost? You guys see the ghost?" And I went on for like a minute just talking about this ghost or whatever it was. But
Yeah.
I knew it's like a lag or something like that.
Yeah.
So it happened the other day. I was playing with Stony, and I was in Boneyard, and this guy like walked out in front of me and then disappeared. I was like,
Yeah.
"Hey, Stony, there's a guy here." And he says, "Where is he?" I'm like, looking around. I can't find him. and like it had to be a ghost. So now like I think I'm gonna start like a Ghost Adventures in Verdansk series or something like that.
Dude.
I think I'm gonna start something like that because I think it'd be funny. Like obviously there's it's not real like the game's not haunted, but
Yeah.
like there's so many instances of like shit going on like that where like
Yeah. Just put scary
you know,
ass music. Yeah.
yeah, like I use the X-Files theme song.
Yeah.
Like,
Did you see what I do the every once in a while I do one where like somebody's like I started it with when we were getting ready to move to New Mexico. Somebody's like, "Be careful of skinwalkers," and it's like that Native American legend. And so like I was like, "What the hell are skinwalkers?" And we look it up, and I see it, and I was like, "What the hell? Oh hell no!" And that was the TikTok. And then
yeah,
now it's become like you look like one of them was like you look like the guy that everybody sees in their dreams. And so I looked it up and I was like, I don't know, like kind of looks like he's balding. And then like my wife's like, he's kind of got your eyebrows, and I was like, like like that or whatever.
yeah,
But I
yeah.
did
I
the
seen
other
that.
one
That's
the other
funny.
day, the Michael Jackson one. Did you see that? Where they
I might have. You post a lot on TikTok, man,
Yeah, well,
which is
I
great.
was posting a solid 5 times a day until today, but I've noticed that like one of
Mhm.
them usually does not as good as the others. So I'm trying posting just 4 now. See how it goes.
Okay.
Because it's like one pops
Yeah.
off and just
And
steals the views from all the other ones. Seems to be how it
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
But it was like
Yeah.
you low key look like Michael Jackson, and so like I pulled up like some creepy pasta version of Michael Jackson, and I was just like, and everybody got a huge kick out of that.
Yeah. I got to do more like interactive like posts. I think
Yeah,
because I did like it's tough. I might do like I don't know. I got to think of more stuff too because like
like
I and
ninety
I
five
mean
percent of my stuff.
that's what separates you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
That's what
comments.
separates like you guys, like you, Stony, and stuff from me because I'm like I need content. I need content. I have to like think really, but like for you guys, it comes so naturally. It's like
But it didn't at
whether it be
first.
like
I was all over the place when I started. Like I did like the struggles of
yeah,
a small streamer, where it was like me like, hey,
mhm,
what's going on, guys? And there's the one viewer, and like all that stuff, and that blew up, and
yeah,
then that became kind of like a meme, and then so I steered away from that, and then it turned into like the girlfriend asking the guy thing. Like I feel like that kind of became a meme, and then so I started steering towards more like doing my own thing as well. Like I started doing skits, or like I'll make a TikTok where like I go ask Little Man something by himself. Like my wife's not in it, and then it turned into the family thing, and that's what it is right now. The mixing the G Field thing blew up, and that had a lot to do with like my recent success. But now that's kind of starting to die down. Like one video would do really well. The one yesterday only got like 100,000. Like
mhm,
for one of my G Field videos, that's not good. So right now I'm kind of like one less post a day, maybe like alternate every day with the G Fuel one instead of like all the time. Um, just little things here and there, just kind of adjusting things as I go, trying new things. This morning I did one where like Little Man has been attacking me with his toys midstream,
mhm.
and he has this little shark thing where like it's kind of like a claw thing. So like I did the Jaws music and like went into the living room following it, like attacked him, but then he took it from me and attacked me, like
Yeah.
stuff like that. I'm just trying different things, you know.
Yeah. I gotta expand the stuff like that, and plus like I gotta you know go out in public
Like you
in
just
my
keep you
my
keep
get up
going,
here.
and one day something pops off, and all you have to do is just keep going with it until it stops working. That's
Yeah.
really what it is.
Yeah. It's like that's what I mean. I did 6 different installations of like the but not like that comps,
Yeah, and that was
which
kind of a
they
thing.
all did well. Yeah, but I there's only so many times I could say, "Oh, this guy's pounding me from behind." And like, I'm not getting too graphic about it. Like,
Yeah.
but now like what I've been doing, I've been playing like randoms with people, and like there's one did really well the other day where I was just playing I think random duos or something like that, and I was like, "Hey man, how many guys have you finished off in one game?" And he was kind of unsuspecting about it. He's like, "Oh, I don't know, like 15." I was like, "Oh, that's a lot of guys to finish off in 30 minutes." Like that was like the thing I was talking about. And he's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." And then he said, he goes, "Well, I don't wait for them to come to me because I don't
I don't
stand
wait
around
for
and
them
wait
to
for
come
them
to
to come.
me. Yeah.
I go to them." Like, and I just like looked right at my camera. I'm like, that's like there's times where like it just it writes itself. I'm like, perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you. You're gonna be in the TikTok.
Yeah.
And then I tried it out, and like I think it was one of my viewers was like, ask him how many guys he's finished off in a game. I was like, that's actually a
Yeah.
good point. So like my viewers like helped me out a little bit there, and then I had one where I was just playing and this,
I
and
could go. I could
these kids
totally go with something like that. I'd be like, yeah. Then sometimes they come back and they finish me off. Like.
exactly, and that's what I do. Like yeah, like, and then
Yeah.
there's another guy like I tried the next game. Like the guy I got into the game with, he's like, I'm like, how many guys have you finished off? He goes, well, I wouldn't say like finished off.
Yeah,
It's like,
I wouldn't say it like
no, I
that.
don't mean it like that. I'm like, how many guys have you pounded or whacked off? And he's like,
Yeah.
no, I mean, I wouldn't say it like that. And like, he goes, well, how many guys have you pounded off? Like, just innocently, I'm like, 15, 16, something around there. But that's like a lot in like 30 minutes if you really think about it. And
Yeah.
I like, like that to me was funny. And then I was playing the other day, just like random rebirth, whatever it was. And there's like these two kids, I think they were cousins or something like that. They were like probably 14 or 15. And like, I feel bad because like they're so innocent and stuff like that. They don't even know what's going on, and I'm just doing the whole thing with them. And they're at the top of the stairs, and he goes, and the kid goes, "This guy's gonna come. He's gonna come." And I'm like looking right at the camera because I knew exactly what I was gonna do. And I was like, "He's gonna what?" He's gonna come. And I just looked at, and I legitimately laughed. Like I like put my head down and started laughing because I just knew like it's too good. Like so I
Yeah.
had to use it. But other than that, like getting people like to fall into the traps. Because there's one clip I have to find it because I think I want to re-edit and repost it. I married a clip. I married a couple on stream. There is
What?
there is not officially
Yeah.
married them, but
Okay. I was like, what the hell?
their fiance.
You're ordained?
No, I should be. But there's these two people like, oh yeah, they were like playing as a duo, but it was like Phil trio, so I was there in Rebirth, and I was we were talking about we're gonna get married. She was like, oh, can I go to the wedding? They're like, no, like I can marry you guys. I can do it right now. So I went through the whole thing, and like I went through the whole script with them of it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, do you take him to be a lawfully wedded husband and lawfully wedded husband? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, no, say I do. This is the thing we're doing. I do. She goes, I do. And then it was like 2 minutes. I wasn't even playing the game. I was just like marrying them. And I think
That's
I posted
funny.
that, and it did okay. But like, it was also I didn't have a lot of people following me then when I did that. I think if I posted it now, and I'm kind of like afraid to repost things too. But I think I want to, and because I think that stuff is, I think just put that out there. And
So what I do, because I've tried reposting stuff before, and everybody's like, "Oh, repost." Like if you don't start doing it from the beginning, people like won't let you get away with it. But
yeah,
just recreate it. Just do it better, because you're gonna get better at making TikToks as you go. So
yeah, I mean, and that one too, like that was a weird one because it was just so organic. Like it came because it was random.
yeah,
It
that's
was
the
a
only
real
thing
thing that
though.
happened on stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just tough to recreate stuff like that, when it's like, when am I gonna find two other people who are about to get married and we're cool
Yeah.
with me doing that? And it was like, because and then now there's times like the funniest ones I find are like, because again, a lot of my content is just me dropping in random games with people and me turning Tony up to like 12. Like that's what I do. And like people are just unsuspecting about it. But there's also so many people who are like so rude. Like playing, I'm like, dude, you're playing random fills on Call of Duty. Like, one, they either don't have mics or they don't talk. Like,
Yeah.
dude, just talk, man. And there's one guy who was like, dude, you got to take this game more seriously. I'm like,
Oh.
no.
Yeah. Maybe
Like,
how about I just don't play with
like,
you?
stop. He's like, stop joking around, man, and take the game seriously. I was like, you probably are, a great person, but like, I can't do that. Like, I can't take the game too seriously because I won't have fun. But there's another guy who was like, we're in the pregame lobby. I don't think I ever posted this one actually, but we're in the pregame lobby and this kid was treating it like it was the game. There's a guy over there to your right. There's a guy. Like, dude, we're loading in. He's like, you let that guy kill you. I was
like in the loadout or the
in the pre like
the
in the
warm up.
pregame, like
Yeah, the warm up at the beginning.
Yeah, and the kid was going nuts. He's like, I got this guy. He's down. I'm like, I just eliminated this guy. I'm like, your stats don't count. Like, I sit AFK for the most part to talk to chat.
Yeah. He's like, they're executing you. Stop! Like, freaking
yeah,
out. Yeah.
exactly. I was like, whoa. But I was trying to figure out how to put that into a TikTok, and then I guess my mind worked a little differently on that type of stuff, and I couldn't work it in.
Yeah.
Now I feel like I could kind of make some stuff out of clips, like
Yeah. No,
um
I did one that did decent because like I kind of steered away from gameplay clips, but like people ask for them more now, and now that I kind of know how to edit better, I feel like I can make like the one today. I feel like I can make one out of because I had my teammates are like freaking out. They're like we landed park bunker, and a bunch of people did, and they're like, oh, they're gonna wipe us all or whatever, freaking out, you know, because it down two of them, and I went in there, I just like shot one dude, and then like pistol whipped the other guy, killed both of them, and then like we're all happy, you know, we survived, and then like I went back towards the door, uh, because I saw a grenade go off. I was like, oh, somebody else is out here. And there was a dude in the corner, and he just comes and just beats the shit out of me. And I was like, guys, help, help. You know, like, I was like, and they're just like looting stuff, you know, and I'm like freaking out. And I was like, God damn, you guys suck. You know, like, I was like, you guys are terrible teammates. You just let me die. Like, freaking out, you know, after I just saved you. I saved all of you.
I have a similar one. I actually happened last night on stream. We were doing customs, and we were in the fire station on the second floor. So you know how they have the like the ladder that goes to the roof.
Yeah, yeah,
There's some guy camping there. I walk in. I didn't realize he was there, and he just shoots me and downs me. So I'm trying to crawl back to that door, like on the second
yeah.
floor, and my teammate's there, and he saw the guy. He looked up, closed the door before I can get in, and killed me. And the guy killed me from above.
Damn.
So I was like, bro, dude, you gotta let me in the door. He like slammed the door in my face. It's like you gotta
Uh,
raise me. So I think I'm gonna make something out of that. But like that was like
I
it's all
downed
about like that.
myself.
Huh?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I downed myself because I there is a guy that I killed at hospital. There's like zombies everywhere. I downed this guy at hospital that tried to shoot us with an RPG or something. And then I pull out a grenade to like throw it down the hall because he crawled away. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna get him with this nade. And my buddy just comes up and closes the door. So now I got this cook grenade, and I'm like, where do I throw it? Like, you know, it's like, and I downed myself. I'm like, dude, what the hell, bro? Close the door on me. I was trying to throw a grenade in there, you
Yeah,
know. And then
we
I went in there to finish the guy, and his buddy shows up, and they let me die again. I'm like, where are you guys? Like, I'm freaking out over here. I'm like, he's in here. Hey, like freaking out, dude. Just like screaming bloody murder. The chat's just laughing at me. I'm like, dude, I need some
yeah
new teammates, bro.
on customs last night too because we play mini royale, so it's a smaller game, obviously.
Yeah,
So the loadout dropped by the rocks. You know that big kind of hill by prison, like right in
yeah,
front of
yeah,
it, kind of where that bunker is. So it landed like on the side of it. And so I jumped off of prison trying to get it, and there's like a little ledge that you have to land on to get it, or else you wouldn't be able to get it. So I tried to pick it up, and I fell off. So I ran all the way back around the side because there's only way to get on the hill is like from the back. So I
yeah.
ran on it, and I was trying to land on this hill, and I fell off the hill and couldn't pull my parachute and died.
Mm.
And I was like, what? I think I was walked away from my screen.
Yeah, I've
I
done that a
just
couple
like
times where I just get up and walk away. I don't even want to say anything. So pissed.
yeah, but people thought that was pretty funny. So like again, like I don't get mad. Like I posted like the other day I was playing and I couldn't hit a shot to save my life in this one guy and I ended up just dying. So,
Yeah,
like
like,
and I did put like yeah I put the Men in Black thing at the end of it so people
oh
could
yeah, I saw that one. I
like
saw that one. That
yeah
was good. Yeah, I
yeah
like what the day that I got that. I don't know if you saw it. I think we talked about it. That sniper shot where I pulled the Car
mhm.
98 out of the loadout. The like that day I was just going off with the Car 98. Like I think if I go back and find it, there was one clip where like there was two teams and I downed like the same guys like four times or something, along with downing like the rest of their teams. And everybody's like, "Bro, turn off the aimbot," you know, all this stuff. But then like today, I just can't hit a shot to save my life. Like literally, like I just keep dying because I can't hit my
Yeah
shots. You know, so it's like
yeah
sometimes it's frustrating because you're like, I don't get how I can just go off the other day. Like, I need what flavor G Fuel was I drinking that day? Because I guess that's what I need to be doing. You know, like
yeah man it's an incredibly inconsistent game.
yeah,
That's really what it is. Like
yeah,
the the lobbies are so different. Then if your ping is not what it was, you'll lose the gunfight. There's no set rhyme or reason to why things happen in that game, and I think everyone
yeah,
knows that now.
yeah,
So it's like yeah. But like, I mean, I'm interested to see what the next thing's gonna be. You know what I mean? Like what the next game is that's gonna
yeah.
be the one that everyone streams.
I mean, there's definitely one
'Cause-
thing that's gonna happen, and it's when that new map comes out. If it isn't good, the game's gonna die. But if it is good,
Mhm.
it might be like a whole nother explosion, you know, because there's so much
And
content to
they know
make.
that too.
Yeah, so
They
I
know that
know
for
there's a
sure.
lot of pressure on them to not screw it up, you know.
Yeah,
So
because I think they were like, because you realize the game's been out for a year, but like it's felt like way longer because of
uh-huh,
the situation that everyone's in.
feels like 2 years.
Because that yeah, the game came out and like the pandemic started like the week later. Or like, well, Modern Warfare was out, but Warzone came
But
out, I
Warzone
think.
came out, yeah. People don't
Yeah, and
remember that
then
it
like
didn't
2 weeks
launch with
later,
it.
yeah, and then the pandemic started, and then so now like you're at home, you're playing this game, like you're devoting. I think I've had like a month and a half playing time on that game.
I
I
gotta
looked at
see
the
how much
playing
I
time,
have.
but it's like, and a lot of it was the same until Cold War came out in what November, I think it was. So
October.
when that happened, yeah, yeah, October. So whenever that happened, it's like, okay, now we're gonna have something different. And yeah, they added some new guns. They added Rebirth Island a little later
Actually,
after
was it?
that.
Maybe it was November this year. I don't know.
It was one of
They
those
keep
2 months,
changing it.
whatever it was.
Yeah,
But
because
I
it
was
was after
like,
Haunting of Verdansk, right? I can't remember,
yes,
dude. Time has just
yeah, it was.
warped.
Yes, because that
So it
was
had
like
to
the
be
last thing
November.
before. Yeah, it was the last thing before Cold War came out. Which, dude, I loved Haunting in Verdansk.
I got some good
I thought
clips.
yeah, it was
Yeah,
different. It was fun. And then I think that's the point. Like, okay, cool. They're gonna add some new stuff from Cold War, a new map maybe, and then they just added Rebirth and kind of didn't do anything
yeah.
else. And I think once that happened and they got kind of negative feedback on it, they're like, okay, we got to really put in some effort here. And then I don't know if I think they just got delayed or something like that
Yeah,
with the new map. And then I think they wanted to do it at the beginning of the last
yeah.
season. Then like, oh, we'll put some zombies in. But now people are kind of like, okay, we're tired of all
So
the
I have a
BS.
theory about that. I have a theory about
Okay.
the zombies. I think they're trolling.
Do
I
you?
think yeah, I think they're straight up trolling because they know that people are like pissed off, and they're so what they're gonna do is like they're just. I mean, so it makes no sense. I mean, you got the zombies at the ship, you got the computers that say 5%. It obviously makes you think, okay, the percentage is gonna go up, the map's gonna get infected, but then they move it to prison, and it's like, okay, so they're not at the ship anymore, but now they moved all the way to hospital. It makes no sense whatsoever. Like,
Yeah.
there's no logical sense to what they're doing. So what I think they're gonna do is they're just gonna be like, "Holy shit, there's zombies everywhere!" All of a sudden, like we're gonna wake up one morning and like 30% of the map's infected. Like it's gonna go from 5% to like 25 or 30, and then all of a sudden it's 60,
Yeah.
80, and all of a sudden, holy shit, we like you can't like play a game without getting killed by a zombie. There's so many zombies. My only issue, my only doubt about that, about like I think it might not get to anywhere near 100% because I don't think the servers can handle it, but I think it's going to
Servers
get
can't handle
chaotic
people
enough.
playing the game.
Yeah, so I don't think it can handle a bunch of zombies running around. Like I could see it
Yeah,
maybe getting
that'd
to
be
like
cool.
60, 70% before they're like, all right, we have to nuke it, you know? But
Yeah, and
it's not, yeah,
I want to see how they nuke it too. Because
because
you
they've
remember
been,
like the big thing before they blew up Stadium,
or you
they had
mean,
like that
yeah,
event where you had
that was so stupid.
like they blew up the roof off of it. Remember that?
Yeah,
You had to like find. It was right before Cold War came out, and they had to like you had to find was it Woods or Price or something in a house, and
yeah,
then
Woods, I think.
go run. Yeah, and then you have
Yeah,
to go
it was
run
badass, but
to
then like it
Stadium.
kind of fizzled into nothing, and so everybody was like,
That's
that
all
was
it
really
was.
cool, but yeah,
Yeah, but that
it
stuff's
was.
cool if they can do more like in-game events and stuff like
I
that.
think that's what they're gonna do. I think they're gonna like it's gonna be like where like Verdansk is being nuked and everybody's just gonna want to hop on. And it's gonna be crazy, man. It's gonna be a good time to like no matter what you're doing, just uh, sorry, babe, they're nuking Verdansk. No, the TikTok we're making, screw it, scrap it. You know, I'm hopping on because like
Yeah,
when that event happened, the Black Ops one, I was averaging somewhere around 100 viewers, and when I streamed that, I had 400 or something like that.
yeah. There you go.
Everybody had a ton of viewers because
Yeah,
it was like everybody who follows you wants to come watch you see how
they do
you
it.
go
Yeah,
about it. Yeah, because I mean, after as soon as I like had settled down for the day, I was like, I want to go see what Doc did with it. You know, Doctor Disrespect. I want to see what how he reacted to it, stuff like that. It's great content.
that's
So
all I know.
I can't
And
wait.
and and they know that too because like they obviously rely on their content creators to help move the game along.
Yeah,
Obviously, okay, that's the way. So they have
yeah,
to. There's a give and take.
mm-hmm.
Like, hey, we need the content, So why don't you give us a little more events and some different stuff, so this way we're not churning out the same old content over and
Yeah.
over again that we see everywhere else, you know?
Yeah, but my only other thing, because I've heard people debate that, like, I really hope they don't get rid of Verdansk though when the new map comes, and I've looked into it. There's no way that Verdansk is staying around. One, they don't want to
You
split
can't. Like,
the player base. Two, if they do that, then like Warzone barely fits onto a PlayStation or whatever. Like it doesn't work. Like they're gonna and
it
the
doesn't
biggest
make
thing is like they don't want to split the player base because then it's gonna take forever to get into matches. If you got half on one map and half on the
that.
other.
And I think they'll do that. I don't think they'll. Yeah, I think they're just gonna get rid of it because it's that thing where, like, who cares about the 25% of people you want to appease, right? It's just like,
Yeah,
okay, we're just getting rid of it. Deal with it. You'll get over it in a week.
yeah,
I think that's what will happen. So they'll be
yeah.
fine. Like,
But
I'm totally fine if they get rid of Verdansk.
I feel like if people are either gonna I can't talk. People are either gonna love the hell out of the map and it's gonna be fantastic. It's gonna blow up again. It's gonna be a great time for Call of Duty content creators. Um, One of the other things that could happen is we kind of get the honeymoon phase where like everybody loves it for a week and then nobody loves it,
Mhm.
or it's just gonna be complete dog shit and the game dies immediately.
Yeah, and they know that too. And then I think, especially now, they're like, okay, well, everyone's been pissed at us. Every content creator's been mad at us for the past 2 months.
Yeah.
And
If
we
they
need to do
screw it up,
something.
somebody big is getting
Yeah,
fired, bro. It's just not.
yeah,
You're fired.
exactly.
Get him out of
Yeah,
here.
exactly. So they know that, and
Yeah,
I think they're gonna. I think they'll do something good. I
I
think it's
hope
gonna be
so.
good. Hopefully, hopefully.
Everybody was saying, "Oh, it's just gonna be the dirty bomb maps put together." I was like, "Get the hell out of here, dude. That'd be dog shit, dude." Like
Yeah,
just putting the
I
three
think.
maps that they have together, like that's so lazy. Like nobody would be
No, I
happy.
know. No, I know.
So, oh, I like the ski lodge map though. No, people wouldn't let it fly.
I hate
There's no way.
I hate the ski lodge. It's too open.
See,
Too
like,
many.
yeah, like nobody likes
I
it,
don't want to
dude.
walk. I don't want to walk around like in the woods the entire time.
I saw
It should be
like
cool, but then like,
I saw Dirty Bomb TikToks for like a week and then nobody's talked about it. Like, you
yeah,
know?
yeah, because one person's like, "Oh, I created like a fake map, so this is what it's gonna
Yeah.
look like,"
I think this is
and
what the map's
they're
gonna
not
look like.
leaks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but and yeah, they Call of Duty does a lot of the same stuff, so this way you can kind of figure out what they're trying to do. But I think they're gonna go differently here. I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Well, and then people
Just,
thought maybe they were gonna
it,
use the engine that they had for like, cause for Dirty Bomb you could pick up armor and all that stuff. They're like, look, it's just like a prototype for the new Warzone. But I'm pretty sure that they've confirmed that they're not switching engines. It's gonna stay the same engine.
it's the same. Yeah,
Yeah.
which is fine. Like, but I
They
mean,
better not
they've
switch
also never
engines.
been. Yeah, they've never been in the situation before where so many people care. Too.
Yeah.
They've never been in the situation where they haven't had a community playing consistently like
Yeah.
this ever.
I really want it
They
to be
have
a
the
good
most.
map, man.
Yeah,
I really do.
I but that's the thing. Like, and there's going to be that honeymoon phase for a few weeks because everyone needs to explore every single part of it. You need to know because, like,
It's gonna be
it
fun.
takes.
It's gonna be so much fun.
Yeah, yeah. It's just gonna be fun to do something different. Like Rebirth was fun until you realize that it's, the map is 2 feet by 2 feet and there's like 85,000 people in it.
Yeah, I don't know what they were
But
thinking with
like,
that.
I know you're not a Rebirth fan. I know that.
Well,
But
I hate that like the only thing they have is like you respawn. It's like there's no stakes if you just can respawn that easily. To me, that's why nobody likes. I mean, not very many people like Plunder or anything like that. Because there's no stakes.
yeah,
There's no
yeah. I like
pressure.
Plunder if I'm leveling up a gun or I want to warm up for a little bit.
Yeah.
That's the only time I do.
I've tried doing that. I'm like, if I need to level up a gun, I'm firing up multiplayer. I can get it done
Yeah,
in a tenth of the time.
yeah.
You
I
know.
see that. I just put on all my tokens and like I'm gonna go play Plunder for
All right, baby, time to
45.
pop the tokens. Yeah, dude, they don't
Yeah.
even work on Warzone anymore. Like I don't know if they're
No,
bugged out for me or what, but it won't even let me select them half the time. Like I don't know if they're
I
trying
just
to
use them
get
on
you to use them.
Plunder.
I don't know. Like
That's it. I
somebody
just
was
know.
like, I think somebody even said on TikTok it was like, is this a conspiracy? Are they trying to force you to go launch Cold War just to use your tokens?
Probably.
Yeah, I could see it. I saw.
I can see that.
Did you see
I
Jordy last night complaining about the AUG and stuff? He's like, "Oh, of course, the guns that everybody wants to use have like the coolest camos and stuff, you know?"
He's right.
Yeah,
They know exactly what they're doing. They
yeah.
do.
They just play dumb.
They know how it works. Yeah. Like no. We unveiled this new pack today where
Yeah,
this gun can kill someone from 600 meters
yeah,
away and in one shot. Like okay, so how do I get it? Oh, you spend money on it.
yeah,
Okay. What else do I get in it? You get tokens that don't work. Okay, cool.
yeah. It's like you could buy the battle pass and wait till like level 30, whatever, you know, or you could just buy the whole battle pass, like all the tiers, get everything, or you can go spend twice the amount of a battle pass in the store to get a blueprint that unlocks it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Unlocks everything you need, and then
yeah.
when you level up it, everything else, you could unlock more stuff for it.
Or yeah, or you get the weapon for the battle pass, like you know, and then you're like, well, I don't have any attachments. And you go find
Mhm.
the best blueprint that has some good, you know, which one has the agency suppressor, you know.
Yeah.
It's such a now I'm thinking about it, man. I'm like, God, these shady motherfuckers, man.
We're getting scammed left and right, man. Someone needs to be held responsible for this,
Yeah,
Danny. We need to get to the bottom of this, man.
yeah.
It's
I almost wonder if the
millions.
anti-cheat thing is being dragged out because it's just publicity at the same time. Like, there's definitely like a line where it's like, all right, we got to fix it, which I think they just crossed when they started banning creators by accident. Um,
Yeah.
which are they gonna do anything about that? Like,
I know because
I'm
I
just figuring
know.
out. Everybody's like, I'm just gonna create another account now, but can I still compete with that account? Like, that's the question.
Yeah. I was watching Polo Vibes the other day, and I watch him a
Yeah,
lot. I like, and
yeah, he's a good dude.
his account got banned because someone hacked into it, and he got it back. And I
Oh,
guess whoever hacked into it leveled up like all these guns. I get like dark matter and like
cause
laser
Galax got
masters.
hacked too. Is that what happened? All these people who've gotten their accounts hacked are the ones getting banned.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't even put two and two together, dude.
Yeah, a lot of them were getting hacked and they got banned, and then Polo got his account back for like a couple hours, and then they got banned
Bro, I'm
again.
gonna go change
Yeah,
my goddamn password right now.
yeah. Luckily, I'm not at the level where people are. Luckily, I'm not good at the game enough where people are like I want Tony's account, because I got nothing for anyone to, to really want
Yeah, no,
there.
I'm gonna go change
But
my password after this just to make sure. Cause I know there was
yeah,
some kind of breach or whatever.
yeah. So I know a
So
lot of people gotten some stuff taken away. But I mean, if anyone wants my account,
have
have
at
at it.
it.
Enjoy the
Yeah.
the mediocre KD and the
Yeah,
settings I probably have wrong.
I was talking about it in stream today out because somebody was like, "What did Galaxy get banned for?" And I was like, "For being too good at the game or whatever, you know." And but I didn't know that. I didn't know that like it had to do with them being hacked because
I don't know
that
if
makes
it was him.
sense.
I don't know if it was. I don't know if the same thing happens to him, but I knew a lot of people got into the same thing because
Well, everybody,
accounts were getting hacked.
yeah, everybody was freaking out in my chat because like, "Yo, Galaxy got hacked," and I was like, "What?" They're like, "Yeah, he tried to log in and somebody else is using his account." And I was like, "What the hell?"
Hmm.
So, and then like, you know, like a week and a half, 2 weeks later, he gets banned. It kind of makes sense. I could see it
Yeah,
now. It probably
it all
flagged
adds
it.
up. Man.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't even think about that.
yeah, but
But
I mean, it's crazy, dude. I hope they figure out the anti cheat thing, man, because
the
it's
biggest,
just.
yeah, I mean, for me, it's like the thing that I'd be the most pissed about is like everything you bought is gone. That's bullshit.
Hmm. Yeah, and like, I wish there was a way you can like keep your receipts and be like, hey, this is all the things that I bought. Can you like refund me or like put it back into my account? Can you merge this old account into a new one and that type of shit? But like, I don't know. It's tough to do it because there's so many people buying things, and you'd be like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
no,
know. It's also so easy.
I legit think that if this new map is good, it's gonna be like Fortnite level hype for a while, for at least like a week or
I hope
two.
so.
So
I used to play Fortnite.
I still play it every once in a
It
while,
got
but
it got too cartoony for me.
I can't build. I don't know how. So I just started refusing to build. People are like, you gotta build, man. I was like, I refuse. It's just all
Yeah,
gun skill here.
yeah, yeah. And I'm not a huge third person shooter guy.
Yeah, it's weird.
It took me a little while to get to that.
I liked Rogue
Um,
Company, but
but
that
also,
died so quick.
yeah, I also haven't played Fortnite seriously in a while too. I haven't played it really since I got really into Warzone. I think.
Yeah.
I know my mindset has changed too, the way I play the game, so maybe that's different. But I don't like the building thing.
Yeah, I don't
If
like
you're
it
in a
either.
field, you're in a field. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
I've had a
but
TikTok where somebody was like 1v1 me in Fortnite I'll slap you, kid, or something like that. And I was like, bro, why don't you come play a real game where you can't build a house around you while I'm trying to shoot at you and see what happens. Come play Rainbow
You
Six with
can't
me.
build a moat so no one can get
Yeah,
to you.
yeah, and everybody was like
Yeah.
laughing, but
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Like everyone's like, same thing. 1v1 me. Like, I'll lose. I'll lose. I know. If you're threatening to
I I
1v1 me,
just
I'm probably gonna
I
lose. That's
just
fine.
I
Like,
just always am like, what do I have to gain from this 1v1? Obviously, you'll be like, oh, I beat
yeah.
Danny Dorito. What would I beat Joe Schmo something? Like, what is that gonna do for me, bro? You gonna give me some G Fuel?
Yeah.
Like,
You just
you know what I
flex,
mean? Like,
flex on you. Like, yeah.
yeah,
I'm not putting people like random people over on my stream to do that. I'm not
yeah.
doing that.
I know. I'll joke.
But
I've been really joking around with the your mama stuff. Like somebody coming and saying I'm trash. I'm like, well, dude, your mom is a tier 3 sub. She thinks I'm good, okay, or something like that, you know. And so like that's what I'm gonna start saying when people want a 1v1. I was like, all right, well, if I win, your mama has to like 12 months in advance a
1v1
tier
me.
3 sub or something, you know. Yeah,
Yeah. That's
but
that's funny, man. Dude, like the sub thing for me is wild. It took me like I just recently started incorporating way more things for my subs in
uh-huh,
terms of like
that's good.
we're gonna have a day where we play with sub games and stuff like that. Because when I first started, like that was one of the things for me. Like my following got moderately big pretty quickly. So and like, me being so new to it, like I was like, okay, I got to do all this. Like I
Playing
made a
catch up.
Discord like two.
Yeah,
I that's basically what I had to do. Like I didn't know how to use Discord. I didn't know how to do all that stuff. And then I finally started looking at other people's like, okay, I know how to do this now. And plus when I got a PC, it helped me a lot too, because obviously when you're streaming off the console, you can't use Discord and shit like that.
yeah,
So I did I kind of learned after the fact, and all these people were subscribing and I was like, I feel bad. Because I appreciate you subscribing, but I have nothing different for you. Like there's nothing, there's
yeah,
like there's no
yeah,
differentiation between you following me and you subscribing to me. You know what I mean? There's like
yeah,
nothing different there. Okay, what can I do for? All right, we'll have Discord channels and subscriber days and stuff like that. And then there's like one point where like everyone in the chat was like subscribed.
yeah.
uh,
I've thought about doing like where on like like whatever last day of the week that I stream, Friday or Saturday, whatever it ends up being, um, where I'll do like a sub only like G Fuel tub giveaway because everybody wants the damn tub, and it's like a
is
tub cost me
that
like
allowed?
what, a sub only giveaway?
Hmm?
What do you mean? Yeah, yeah, it's allowed.
Like
It's actually an option in
is
Stream
allowed? Okay.
Elements.
Is it?
Yeah, yeah, I see people do it all the time. There's sub only giveaways, just like there's only like sub Saturdays and stuff where you only play with subs. It's like that. Um,
Okay.
But like yeah, like where it's try to incentivize. Like I tried for a while, but it was just too hectic because like one person was like, well, I don't want an emote, so like just give it to number two, and number two is like, I don't want it, so like, because it was like whoever gives the most subs or the most bits gets their own emote for a
Mhm.
month or whatever, you know. And I only did it for December, and then after that I was like, yeah, this is not worth the trouble. But
Yeah. There's.
I think maybe the giveaway thing because I do where I give away 5 packets. They get like 5 random flavors to try, and I just send it to them with some stickers.
Mhm.
Sometimes I do like the starter kit where they get a shaker, but that comes straight from G Fuel. Um, but I feel like I got to do something because they're always like, when are you gonna give away a tub? But I feel like if I incentivize it, one, people are gonna want to sub more so they get access to that giveaway. Because I mean, for $5 you can get something that's worth 40. You have a better
Exactly.
chance. Yeah, and then all it takes is just 10, 20 people to sub to make it pay for itself, so it's not bad. I think it's a good idea once a week or something.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. Like raffles and giveaways, like the best things for like there's this kid I went to high school with, and he was buying PS5s. Like he bought like 4 or 5 PS5s
Yeah,
and a couple of the new Xboxes too, and he was raffling them off on Facebook. So he'd have people, hey, I'm putting in 50 tickets, $25 a piece. You
that's
go and
that's
Venmo me.
shady. I
So
mean, it makes
shady,
sense. Yeah,
but
I get what he's doing.
but like for sure, like so from like a potential person who could win, like, hey, I'm paying $50 for
For something that's worth 10
a
times that
thing,
amount.
10
Yeah,
times that, and I can't get it. So like that's right when it first came out.
that's
That's what he did,
crazy.
and I'm like, oh my god. But like, it's super
So
super scummy, but it's
there
super smart.
there is a lot of stuff that I've turned down sponsorship wise, and things are definitely
Mhm.
getting like more legit. The sponsorships and type of partnerships that are being offered to me, because obviously the size that I'm growing at and stuff like that, taken more seriously by those companies. Um, like I got a company who's sending me a desk. Like they've been reaching out about like, hey, we'll send you this chair, this and that. I emailed it back and I was like, hey, my desk broke. And like, oh, we'll send you one. Which one do you want? And I was like, oh hell yeah, dude. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And then I guess people who watch the podcast get a little sneak peek. They're giving me a desk to give away.
Oh,
Yeah. So
nice.
yeah. So I'm really excited about that. But there's stuff that I've turned down, like these pay to play services where it's like pay to play with me offline. I'm like, I've just horned myself out at that point. Like, hey,
Yeah.
$100 to play with me
That's
for
also
an
more work
hour.
for you too.
Yeah, now I got to dedicate time, but it's like, what is my time worth? It's like
And,
I post a TikTok, and
yeah,
if it gets
and
a, if it gets a, yeah, it's a lot of factors.
it's also someone telling you to do something. It's like you having a boss again.
Yeah, well, and it's so messed up because they're like, well, we really want you, so because if we really think you're doing really well, you have the potential to keep growing and stuff. So we won't take a commission for you, but we want you to be like promoted and all that stuff. And I'm just like, so basically, you're saying for me, you won't take a cut, but these other people that you're gonna get for me using it and advertising it are gonna get screwed because you're gonna take like 20% commission or something. You
Yeah.
know, that's just a whole situation I don't want to be a part of. And I've been
Yeah.
paying attention to them, and they're not taking off. So I'm
Yeah.
I'm glad I did what I
It's
did
shady.
because I don't think it would look very well. I probably would have gotten some backlash for it
Yeah.
because I
It's
don't
just a
feel right
weird.
about it.
And like you wouldn't put your all into it either. Like you
Yeah,
would
it's
be like,
just
all right, got to play with these guys today, and you're
yeah,
not even on stream, so like it's not even going to be your true like entertaining self, right?
yeah.
A whole different situation.
Yeah, like it would feel weird to have to be like, so where are you from? You're like trying to make conversation with some random stranger, because they paid you a hundred
Yeah.
dollars to play
Rather
video
than
games
like
with
you,
you. It just sounds
yeah,
weird, man.
and rather than like, yeah, it's awkward. That's what it is. It's just awkward, man. It's like I don't know. I'd feel bad for someone paying money to play with me,
Yeah, yeah,
which is kind of like what subscriber days are, but like, you
yeah.
know,
I still haven't done sub days, but I feel like I might need to because it's getting so crazy, man. And like, there's people who are
you play
like
with a
kind
lot
of
of viewers too.
yeah, yeah, I do. So I might have to do or like, I don't want to though. It's to me it's like doing follower only chat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I don't
I
know.
don't know. Like that's why I do like all right, subscriber Mondays and customs Thursdays. So this way, customs like everyone can play. Everyone can
Yeah.
play. We're in our own community playing, and then subscriber Mondays are like people who are subbed. But I also don't want to be. I don't want to be a customs only person in terms of like
Exactly. Yeah.
I I don't want to have because I'm not gonna lie, like Thursday nights are my best nights for in terms of my numbers
Yeah, it does
because
well.
it does what because it's customs and people are staying on the stream and people are playing and doing that stuff. But I don't want that to be my thing where people come back every night and be like, oh, you playing customs? Nope, and then
Yeah.
leave.
Yeah, that happens
And
to me. I'll have people like, when are you playing customs? I'll come back then. And I'm just like, I don't know, man. Like, I'll play it if I feel like it. If you stick around, maybe you'll
yeah,
be a part of it. Cause like it's the same thing. I don't feel bad about saying that because it's like it's an insult to me that you're like you just want to use me for the custom games, like
exactly.
So
Like you're not a fan of the stream. You're a fan of playing customs. Like
yeah.
there's plenty of other people who play customs every single night.
Like what? You're gonna go what?
You
You're
know?
gonna go play customs with somebody else until I play customs, or like what are you doing? You know what I mean? It's like what is this person doing
Yeah,
while they're waiting for me?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like people like.
They're not a
Luckily,
loyal
my community is
viewer,
very
you know.
exactly like. Luckily, like when I do customs, like all my core people play, which is great. Like, and then you have the people who are like add me, like random like people who like don't even follow, like just in the chat. Can I play? Yeah, you can. Like just show a little love for the stream, like
Yeah.
follow or something. Like, and then they're like, I can't add you. Can you add me? Nope. I have like exclamation point ID thing ready to go.
Yeah, I feel
You hit
so
it.
bad because
It
like
works for
mine's
everyone.
been backed up forever, man. Like I
Yeah.
really that's why I need
Mine's
like a
get
Saturday to just go through and clear my friends list. Need to do it
yeah.
like once a week.
You should like almost have like a second account. like on another
Ben
device
Jammins
or
has
something
it
like
figured
that?
out, bro.
What
He
does he
has a
do?
PlayStation 5. He just joins with his PlayStation 5 account, his dummy account, and people join off of that because on PlayStation you can just join. Like you don't need to have their ID to join. Or you don't have to be friends to join on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Whereas on PC, like you have to be on a friends list to be able to join off of them. So like I have to have my viewers add them. Like they're like, how do I get in? I'm like, you gotta add somebody else because my friends list is full and bugged out. If I hit delete on one person, my whole friends list is gone until I restart the game. Like it just is broken. Like I think I have to go to
Yeah, that's
Cold War. I have to go to Cold War and delete people because it doesn't bug out on there. And it's like I'm
weird,
not
man.
gonna do that in the middle of the
That's
stream.
yeah.
So
I think I wait. You need like two. It's like 250 people, right? Something like that.
yeah, Fortnite is
Yeah.
even worse, man, because they'll let your friend requests get backed up but to like 400. So like even if
Jesus.
you want, it's like all right, I cleared my friends list. Now I gotta clear the friend requests because there's
Yeah.
400 of them.
I know. I know when
Yeah,
like Mark Clark does all his sub stuff too. He has like mods doing it for him, basically.
yeah, yeah. But the problem is like I'll have somebody be like, all right, you can add me, and then he'll tell me he's like, Danny, I tried, but like after adding the third person, my friends list broke.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a mess. And like I don't know, man. If I was in charge of the logistics of like the menu and stuff over there at Activision or Call of Duty, whatever, Treyarch, Warzone, and Raven, Raven,
Yeah.
Infinity Ward, or whatever, I'd be embarrassed, man. That friends list is sad that it's
And
not
it
fixed.
takes like 10 minutes to load your friends too.
Yeah, like
It's
you
like, oh
have to
yeah,
like,
I'm
oh,
online, but I can't join you. Yeah.
I gotta go click
Let me go.
offline, regiment invite, all this stuff to get it to like populate. It's not showing up.
Yeah.
It says I have
I have to
150 people
go.
online, but there's only 30 showing up.
Yeah, I have
Like,
to go run errands and go to the supermarket, and I'll come back and maybe my friends list is loaded.
yeah, I gotta
Hopefully.
tap on my PC to get it to like show up.
Yeah. 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 That's
Yeah,
exactly what you got to do, man.
yeah, it's a
I'm
secret.
just sad. I'm sad looking at my PC that's not turned on right here.
Hey, it's fine, man. My PC is on its last legs.
Yeah, dude, I was just so mad, man. It's just I got it 2.5 weeks ago, and I was just figuring everything out. I had everything exactly how I set it up. Like I had every keybind ready to go, like
So
perfect. And then
it
it's
might
the
just be a
SSD.
case of being a first PC owner because I had a similar thing happen where I built my first PC, and it had like a 1050 Ti, some like AMD CPU that got like discontinued a week after I got it. Like some old like nobody uses it anymore type thing. Um, and I had just moved into a new apartment and I didn't know that the wall outlet turned off with the light switch. So I'm like, all right, I'm downloading Rainbow Six and like I'm gonna go get some Chipotle and like turn the light off and my PC just goes pew, wouldn't turn back on. So then I
Really?
find out my GPU's fried, all this other stuff, my power supply needs to be replaced. It was a mess. So like
Yeah.
stuff like this just happens the first time you build a PC, man.
I didn't even like. I got it. It's gonna be
It's a
like
curse.
controversial. Got a I got a pre-built one
Oh, maybe it's just
because
PC owner curse or something. First time
yeah,
buyer.
yeah. So first time, so I got a pre-built one because I know nothing about PCs, and I wanted to get a PC that I had the working things to work on in terms of I could stream and game on it, but I also have room inside where I can learn more about it and add stuff to it.
Yeah.
When I do end up, wanting to upgrade stuff, like my graphics card could be better, my my hard drive could be better, obviously, but now it needs to be better because it doesn't work. But so I made sure I had the case that I can add stuff to. So basically, just a starting point for me. So now, I turned on middle of stream the other day, everything froze, and then the computer restarted by itself, and then
It's
now it cannot detect my SSD.
it's such a
So I
when
was like,
something like that happens to your PC, like to this day, every time have it freeze or something, I'm like, is this it? Is this when it dies? Like, is this when it
is
finally
this when
just
it goes? Yeah,
kills itself? Because it runs so
yeah.
hot. This case that I have, this Obsidian Corsair case, it's a sexy case, but apparently it doesn't ventilate very well, so my GPU will get kind of toasty. Um, and I have a 1080 Ti, so it's trying to run these games that are like a little more, uh, a little more work intensive than some of the other games I play. So, because
Yeah, and I'm
Warzone,
afraid. I was like afraid to download. Dude, it's too big, man. Way too big.
Yeah, but
Like,
Stony says that he knows a guy who does like custom built PCs, and I think this summer after the 3080 Ti comes out, it's time to get a custom built Danny Dorito PC. It's gonna be like $4,000, I'm sure,
yeah,
but
yeah, yeah. And I'm getting like It's like a weird because I'm like, it's the pandemic. I'm not working my real job right now, but I want to get a PC, so that's why I didn't want to spend too much either. But I know I have to at some point, so that's
yeah,
why I wanted to get something that I can like invest into and build
yeah. I mean,
from
dude,
pre-built.
my thing with content creation is like I always think worst case scenario, like this is the peak or next month, I'm gonna have a huge drop or something like that. So it's like I don't want to like spend money. Like buying my camera, I was like, do I do like the Amazon payment plan? Like do I want to drop 1,000 right now on a camera and all that? And it's just like it's weird. Like dropping it doesn't
Yeah,
it feels weird saying I need it for work, Like I obviously now I have it as a corporation and stuff like that, so I can write it off, stuff like that. Definitely makes it feel better. But still, seeing that much money leave your bank account doesn't feel good. So I've been kind of putting it
oh
off as
no,
long as
but
I can.
also at the same time, like I was the same thing. Like between the days that I ordered it, the PC, and the days I got it, I was like, oh my god, I just spent whatever it was on it. And now like I
You
got it, and I'm
feel it,
like,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I feel a little better though. I feel like
I
okay,
mean,
but now
I
I'm like, this thing doesn't fucking
I
work.
will say
So
that beyond a doubt, I think the best investment I've made in my entire life is buying this PC. I've done so much with it,
yeah,
and it's not let me down. So
like when this thing was working, man, I loved it. I had it for 2.5 weeks. So I'm like, this is exactly what I want because, dude, I haven't had a desktop in a while. Like I've
mhm,
been working off a laptop for like work and my other stuff, like personal stuff. But like,
yeah,
be able to sit down at a desk and like have two monitors and be able to do everything you want to
yeah.
do, play video games on it. Like
The way I look at it
it's
now is like if you were a if it, like let's say you're a limo driver, are you gonna buy some shitty limo? That's like not gonna last very long, or are you gonna spend the money because you get better gigs, be able to do more, more with it, whatever. Like you're gonna buy what's top of the line and stuff like that. So it's worth it.
yeah,
It just doesn't it
yeah,
doesn't feel like it should be because it's also used to do something that people do in their free time. I feel like
yeah.
so
Exactly. That's the thing
there's
a
some
lot of people think
pleasure
about. Like,
mixed in
why are you
there.
buying? Like, why are you building such a like? What do you need an expensive computer for? Like, well,
Yeah.
you try running fucking
Yeah.
275 gigabyte Call of Duty on your Dell laptop.
Yeah. That people keep bothering me. They're like, when are you gonna get a new GPU? I'm like, what, dude? My GPU is working just fine. And they're like, well, you only get this many frames. It's like, look at the stream quality, man. I'm streaming in 1080p, like, what I mean? Crystal clear, like
Yeah,
6,000 bit rate. Of course, it's gonna have a hard time. This GPU is 4 years old, man. Like, leave me alone. I'll get the
yeah.
3080 Ti,
That,
right?
it's funny because that's like one of the things that like I took a lot of pride in streaming off of console.
Hmm.
Because a lot of people didn't even know that I streamed off a console when I did.
That's impressive, man. I didn't know
Um,
that you recently
yeah, I
switched either.
yeah until like 2 weeks ago. Um, I bought the the capture card, the Elgato capture card.
Hmm.
I know how to work all my and I stream off of my I have a Lenovo monitor that I have into my MacBook. Like that's how I stream.
Okay.
Um and like a lot of people didn't know. Like they're like, oh,
Fooled me.
what PC do you use? I'm like, I don't. Not until a couple weeks ago, I finally got one.
So do
But
you play on PC or you just stream through PC? Like, are you a console
I
player?
now I well now I'm back
Now
to being
you're
a console. Once I got a
okay.
once I got a PC, once I got a PC, I was a PC player.
Okay. Okay.
I was
Cool.
strictly I was strictly console player. Like
Yeah.
streamed off my console into
I
my
I don't see myself going back to console like as
dude,
my main thing, but
have you played Warzone on a console recently? I played 2 weeks of Warzone on PC. Went back last night for the first time, and I wanted to throw my controller against the wall.
it's like 30 FPS and everything loads in
Oh,
slow and
the F you can't the FOV you can't see
oh
anything.
yeah, you can't see as much.
Yeah, like I see just this much, and
Yeah, what a
it's
mess, dude. I what really like made the consoles look bad was Cyberpunk. When they showed how bad it ran on like a base model Xbox One, I was
mm-hmm.
like, no wonder they took those off the store because it was just like, dude, you're making our consoles look like shit. Like nobody's gonna want to
Yeah,
buy a PS4 now if they know it can't run Cyberpunk. You know, like
yeah. It's crazy, man.
it's bad for
That's why
sales.
I'm happy that I'm getting my PC fixed and figuring that all out because I'm like
Yeah,
I'm in it now. You know, I'm like I'm invested.
yeah.
I'm like okay,
So
it's worth it. It's fun. So
my wife said I could get a PS5 for my birthday, but we haven't been able to find one.
mhm.
But the PS5 for me is like that's gonna be like me and my wife like play Last of Us or something before we go to bed or something. You know, it's more for like story games that like nobody wants to watch on Twitch. The time is come and gone to stream something like that. You know, um, so that'll be fun because I haven't played The Last of Us 2. I haven't played the Spider-Man games. Were you Xbox or
Yeah,
PlayStation?
PlayStation.
Okay, most
But
people are,
again,
but
I don't see myself. Yeah, I don't see myself getting the PlayStation 5 until all my friends do. You
yeah,
know what I
and
mean?
that's
Because
how long is it gonna be like this, man?
I don't know. But again, I don't want to. I don't see myself getting a PS5 until I have to because all my friends are playing the PS5.
Yeah.
Then I'll think about it. But like right now, I'm like I'm fine with my PS4.
I mean, you gotta
It's
assume that
tough to.
Sony and Microsoft love the fact that like they can send like they could say like, all right, we got this quantity for Walmart, and like it sells out in seconds. They must be like, hell
They love
yeah,
it.
like we got to keep this going as long as we can. Like we could
It
get we
saves
could get
them
the parts
money,
all we
even though
want
people are
now, but
overpaying.
it's just not
Yeah,
release them as fast. You know, let's milk
yeah.
it for as long
It
as we
saves them
can.
money because they don't have to produce as much at one time. Um, I, I don't know. It's just more of the hype of it. The hype goes on longer.
And then there's all these people who are like I've heard people say like I was gonna wait for the PS5 because my base model PS4 sucks now, but while I wait, I might as well get a PS4 Pro. You know, like they love it, man.
Yeah, I love my PlayStation. I love it way more than I used to have Xbox too, and
I had
it's like
both.
I
Yeah,
have an Xbox though.
I had
I
both.
literally have my Xbox.
The Xbox
My
One
Xbox is
X.
sitting here.
The
Oh,
Xbox One X is a beast.
this thing's just sitting on my entertainment center in my room. Like
Yeah,
I
I think my
haven't touched it.
yeah my I think my brother has that version of the Xbox. But the Xbox One X was like that's a badass console, man. That thing I could load into PUBG like 30 seconds before my friends on base models could. You know,
Yeah,
it's pretty impressive. Um, I
yeah,
was
it's
surprised
awesome.
PlayStation didn't do something like that, but I think they were like, "Nah, we're just gonna make the PlayStation 5 an absolute beast," and they didn't need to because they were outselling the Xbox like tenfold, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
PS4
there's no reason.
sells.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, but I'm happy that they're able to. I mean, hopefully everyone who wanted it last Christmas will get it this Christmas.
I hope so.
By the time everything's going, but
I mean,
yeah, I
even
don't
the
see
ones that you
myself.
buy now, they say they don't ship for like a month. So
Yeah,
like you're buying a console that's not ready.
yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Like I don't
Thanks
know.
a lot, COVID.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Pandemic. But
Dude, we've been going for 3 hours.
really, oh man, oh we have been. Oh man, that's a lot of fun, dude. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, no, good convo, man. I like I said, I know you got your podcast. I would return the favor. I'd love to be on yours, man.
Absolutely, we'll get you on. I've been kind of slow with it. Dude. I need to make more
Consistency,
YouTube
man.
videos, but I know, but with YouTube too, I'm like trying to be like, what can I put on YouTube? Because I don't really have, my knowledge of the game. I can't do like a Stony, like, oh, this is the best gun to use, sort of thing, right?
Troll that, dude. Be
I
like, you should,
yeah,
dude. You
I know.
should be like, all right, I'm gonna like check out this loadout, and like you go and like you just totally like mess it up. Be like, damn it, dude, that was supposed to be like the shot, you know? Like you get like one kill, you go to kill the second guy, and he just kills you. Like, hey, damn it,
Yeah,
hype it
yeah.
up,
Just
badass
stuff like that.
music.
Like, I know. Yeah, I've been doing the shorts thing a little bit too, because it's basically just TikTok for YouTube.
Yeah,
But I don't really know too much about YouTube and stuff like that. Like, I only have like 70 or something subscribers, which is pretty good in terms of. But
yeah,
I need to post more, and the podcast is helping a little bit with that. I've only done 2 episodes so far, but
yeah.
I'll definitely
Um,
definitely get you in on a
we
so
talked
soon.
about we talked about giveaways for a second. I just wanted to pass a tip just in case you ever thought about it. Do not do giveaways on
Mhm.
TikTok.
No,
Don't do giveaways. Yeah,
one
because they
I
will
have
shadow
nothing to
ban
give
your
away.
ass, dude.
Yeah,
They shadow banned me
I
until I deleted it.
I- yeah, I don't plan on doing giveaways. One, I have nothing to give away. Um, I like everything
Yeah,
I have here. don't want to give it to anyone else right now.
Give away some
Um,
sandwiches.
sandwich. No, yeah. Where do we get like this? I remember this one kid came onto my TikTok or Twitch, and he's like, before he even followed me, he goes, "You do giveaways?" No.
All right,
He
later.
goes, "Okay. Can I play with you?" I said, "No." He goes, "Okay, bye." I said,
Yeah.
"Okay, bye."
Get out of here, freeloader.
Like, thanks for popping in, man. I appreciate it. But I was
Yeah, I've done skits like
like,
that for
yeah,
people,
I know. I like your like TikTok comments in real life or Twitch comments in
Yeah,
real
I
life.
gotta
Those
I
are
gotta
funny.
bring those back, man. They're just so much more work than a normal TikTok. I gotta film
Yeah.
every character, and I don't know if you saw the one. I went like full like soap opera style with like the one dude who kept saying that he wasn't gonna poop until I responded, and then like it was like the hospital scene.
Yeah, that was funny. I like that.
He didn't get as many views,
I
but the
like those,
people
man.
who watched it loved it, so I was happy with
Yeah,
it.
that's all it's about. Like,
Yeah.
and I've noticed too. Like, there was one I made that wasn't even funny. Like, I don't even know why I posted it. Like, there's one. So it was like me and my buddy. The same night we did the aim for the bushes video. I was
Hmm.
like, hey, if you will jump off the building at the same time, first one like the if you don't die, I win $10. Like, okay, so we did it. It took like 17 seconds. And I was just like, I just edited it, and it was basically just like I had nothing to post that day, so I'm gonna post it.
Yeah.
And I thought it was dumb. I was like, I don't know why. I thought I might take it down, and I checked it the next day. It was like 100,000 views. It's like what? Like it's not
I
funny. And then now it's like it's at 500. It's like almost at 600,000 views. I'm like, I don't like it. Like I want to take it
yeah.
down, but people, and like I see it too. Like the likes to the views to likes ratio is not like there on it.
Yeah,
But
usually it's
I don't
like you
know.
go to the comments and the people will reveal why, like what they thought, like what caught them. Like I said, the thing where people are like, oh, his face, like they go back to see like my face again because like my reaction
Yeah,
to something my wife said was like, oh shit. But
exactly.
um, sometimes I have no idea why something does good. Like I'm like, all right, here's this. I got to get another TikTok out, because like I try to post as many a day,
Yeah.
and I half-ass one, and for some reason it does well, you know.
Yeah. There's
So,
no, we'll never have an explanation.
but
Aliens, man.
are you in the creator fund?
They're on TikTok. Yeah.
Dude, start cranking out like 5 a day, and eventually you grow enough that'll pay your rent, dude. It's paying mine.
All right. I'll definitely
Do it.
take note of that. Yeah. I mean, how does that work? Like? It's just like per views or something like that.
I think it's like it's the base is like $30 per million views, but if your demographic is older, they pay you a little bit more. So like I noticed as I blew up, I got
Hmm.
more, and I think the better the TikTok does, a little bit more money you get because more people are seeing it. But it's kind of similar to YouTube, but not as like well funded. Because like I think YouTube you get
Hmm.
like $2 to $4 per thousand views or something. But it's harder to go viral on YouTube, in my opinion. Obviously,
Way harder. Yeah.
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 But yeah,
There's
no.
no like algorithm to.
Until I was at like I want to say somewhere between 50 and 100,000. I was posting 10 a day, man. 10 TikToks a day,
Jeez.
and I mean I was at home all day. There was no reason not to. But
Yeah.
then once I got burnt out, I was like, all right, let's cut it in half, and then I've stuck with that. And like I said, I'm just now after like I don't know 2.5 3 months deciding, all right, maybe it's time to scale it to 4. But I don't think I'll ever post less than
Yeah.
2 or 3 a day. You know, no
Yeah.
matter
I
how
used
big
to
I
be.
get.
I'm like I used to have to crank out more content, and once I get my computer back up and running again, I'm going to probably do a little more
Yeah,
of that. But
you got nothing to lose at this
once
point.
I have to get
It's
back.
like it's not gonna hurt you.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. And it was weird because like I went through kind of I plateaued probably. I went from like 200 followers to 1,100 followers, and then to 4,000 followers, and
Hmm.
then that stuck around for a couple weeks, even though I was still doing the same thing, posting all the time. Then it went to like 5,000, then to 6,000. I was stuck at 6,000 for a bit, and then getting from 6,000 to 10,000 was like
Yeah,
nothing. It happened, just happened like a week, and then after that, I'm at like almost. I think I'm at like 13 now, or close to 13,000. But like, I mean, that it felt like the first 1,000 were hard. The
yeah.
next 4,000 to 6,000 was hard, and then now it's like
I was
I
I
go live.
was I think I was stuck at 150K for like 3 months.
Mhm.
Like 140
Yeah.
to 150k was like the longest little stint I've had, and it's definitely plateaued right now a little bit. Like I'm coasting, you know, like I still gain like 5 to 10k followers a day, but the past like 3 months it was like I was doubling like every 2 weeks. Um, and then now, you know, like, so I basically went from 150k to like 10 times that in 3 months, and now it's plateauing. But based off of how it's been and how I've seen other creators, as long as you just stay consistent, keep going, there'll be another explosion and it'll be bigger. As long as you just stick with
Yeah.
it, you know, pay attention to the quality and things like that. Listen to your viewers too. If they say they like something, even if it's something that doesn't do that well, you know that next time you post that, they're gonna be like, "Oh, another one of these," and like it right away, and then it just snowballs.
Exactly. And yeah, I just gotta find something like to get on it, and because I know it's weird too, because you know once you go live on TikTok too, like they push out your videos, and I'll get off
Yeah,
of TikTok live and gain 400 viewers or 400
yeah.
followers.
I just,
Like
dude,
it's just the way that works.
I can't remember the last time I went live on TikTok to actually talk to people, because I feel like I go on there and it's just people spamming stuff. They just want to see Little Man, but they don't understand that it's against community guidelines. So children, all kinds of stuff. And I'm just like,
Yeah,
I'm just not doing it anymore.
I I did I think I did it like last week. I just sat down and like I went live for like 45 minutes. It was actually fun.
Yeah, I might give it a try again.
I think I had like maybe I had like 30 or 40 people watching, which is pretty good considering people
Yeah,
sitting down on their phones like watching TikTok. It was fun, like, but it's also really delayed too. It's like watching on Twitch
yeah.
mobile.
I'm actually curious at this
So that's
size now, like how many viewers I'd average. Because I think the last time I did it, I was somewhere between like 4 to 500, and then it'll slowly trickle down, you
yeah,
know. Um, but
yeah.
I used to
And
try
there's
to
some
go
sort of
live like
like
every other night too. So keep
yeah,
doing that. It
and then
helps.
there's like the presents and gifts and stuff like that, which I really don't know how they work, but
Yeah.
I know it goes into like another
I've
fund or something like that. So it's all right.
I've I feel bad because when I'm live on Twitch and I'm not paying attention to the chat, they're doing that, you know? But I mean,
Mhm.
I tell them like, "Hey guys, come over to the Twitch." Like I don't really pay attention to this chat. This is more of a way for my videos to do better, and for people who missed my notification to see that I'm live so they can come over. And
Yep. And that's what
yeah.
I do. I photoshopped the graphic that's behind me on TikTok.
Uh-huh.
No, TikTok Live. It says live on Twitch. It has my Twitch handle and has like my face logo. So it's
Yeah.
behind me. So if you're looking at me, you know I'm playing. You know I'm not there. I'm on Twitch. So like, you know,
Yeah.
just driving more people there.
Yeah, I
People are
used to
like, why
do
aren't you
that. I
answering?
might try doing that again. Cause like people will come into my chat and be like, "You don't pay attention to your TikTok chat." And I'm like, "I said that I'm not. Sorry.
Yeah,
I pay
exactly.
attention to this."
People don't
But
learn, man.
like, no, it's funny though, cause like people will be like, "You're not paying attention to your TikTok chat." I'm like, "Hi, no, little man can't be on the camera. Hi, I'm playing
They're asking
Call
the
of
same
Duty."
question.
Like, yeah, it's the same thing. It's like a million times.
Yeah, can
Cause
I play with you? You look
they're
like Jonah Hill. Can
they're
I
not
play with you?
they're not coming in to
Famous.
watch you for the next 3 hours. They're coming to say hi and see what's going on and then bounce. Like,
Yeah,
cause
yeah,
the attention span on TikTok is fast paced.
yeah. It's
So
like all I get is like, hey, can I squat up with you? Hi, Jonah Hill,
Jonah
War
Hill,
Dogs,
War Dogs.
Penis,
You getting
Penis
whacked
with an
off?
M.
You getting finished off?
Yeah. Or they'll be like, they just say like your tagline from like a big TikTok you had is like, aim for the
Yeah,
bushes.
yeah. Aim for the
Not like
bushes.
that. Not like that. Hi, Penis. Not like that.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah. They're always like, mix this G Fuel, make some G Fuel. Like I would be like, dude, it's midnight right now. I'm supposed to go to bed right now. I'm not gonna get cracked on G Fuel right now. Like I'm not gonna mix two
yeah,
G Fuels and chug it for you.
no, it's very good. I'm not gonna do that.
Dry scoop, stuff like that. I'm just like, dude, I'm not doing it right now. Like, what time is it where you are? You in Australia or something? They get all
No,
pissed off and leave.
you're a it's like the dance monkey. That's what you are.
Yeah, but yeah, man. Great talk. Great
Hey,
conversation. Definitely want to do it again.
absolutely, man. I'll have you on mine soon. Good luck with everything, dude. You're doing great. Love watching all your stuff, and appreciate you thinking of me to have me on.
Yeah, dude. Just keep doing what you're doing, man.
Definitely try
It'll
my
work. It'll
best, man.
work.
I
Um,
appreciate it.
yeah. Take care, man.
You as well.
Peace.